only the client, I'm the player president. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know.
Well, that was not the one I was looking for. Oops.
Hey, it's just me and you, the two most important people.
We got rid of the other two people. Welcome everyone to Wasted with Wize, episode 124, One More Chance. So yeah, actually that song was for last night, you know, so that, for example, people could go and ask their girlfriends for one more chance so they can understand why they call it V-Day and it's not for Valentine's. But apparently none of us asked for one more chance, so there you go. Anyhow, my name is...
You had for you, it was just Friday the 13th.
Yeah, for me, it was Friday the 13th. You know, shit, in more fucking ways than one. You know, like, I felt like I was Jason Voorhees with a ghost and shit with all that drywall dust on me, man. But yeah, my name is, as always, the Wise Old Gamer.
Jason
I'm the man who brings...
wasn't a ghost, you freak.
Huh?
Yeah, learn your...
What the fuck? He was a zombie, ghost, whatever. Something was in that shit.
No. He was just pissed off white man. That's all he was.
He was a dead little boy that became a pissed off grown man.
He never died. Nope. Well, at least in the early movies, he never died. You
mean to tell me when, okay, in Crystal Lake, when that last scene in Crystal Lake.
In the first one, he grew up. Yeah, no, that was a dream sequence, fool.
It was... I thought that was the real shit, you know. It's like, you know,
God,
you're serious? I always thought he was dead. I thought he was just
no. That was the first movie. The mother was the killer. I know, spoilers, and that was a dream sequence. In the second movie, you know, he found Mommy's corpse or whatever, and put the head in the fridge. That's when we meet Jason.
Oh, okay. Well, I know Michael Myers is alive.
When he was a kid, he was all warped and disgusting looking. Looked a lot like you, actually. You know,
yeah, that was the ending of the first movie. Was the little stinger where he comes up out of the water and grabs the bitch out of the boat, and he's all deformed looking and shit.
That was that was my first real jump scare. I was holding a bowl of popcorn, and that shit happened, and the bowl went everywhere.
Okay. Fabio, before you start,
my first one was House on Haunted Hill.
Okay, Fabio, before you start throwing rocks, do realize that you live in a glass house yourself. Okay, you were here on a Saturday night. Okay, with two guys stuck on a wheelchair and a fat Asian guy who can't get any. Okay, so. Right, I'm just putting it out there, you know, before you say, oh, the resemblance is uncanny. Motherfucker, your ass is here too tonight as well. So just putting it out there, okay? So anyhow, my name is Wise Old Gamer, the man who brings the fun and dysfunctional. I am the host of this motley cast of characters every Friday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So let me go ahead and get started with my panelists. Let me go to the man to my immediate right, my man Cerebral. Happy Valentine's Day, first of all.
You didn't send me any chocolates, though, so screw you.
I sent you my used condom.
No roses either. Yeah. You know, and it was as dry as it was unused.
Well, shit, I don't want to get your ass pregnant, you know.
I'm pretty sure someone else used it because for sure it wasn't you, motherfucker.
No,
I did not say I sent him my used condom. I just said I sent him a used condom.
No. I think
he thought he could get one over on us. He squirted mayo in there. I
think it was his because it wasn't even unrolled. Okay.
I don't know. I was driving down the road and I found one and picked it up. I said, it's either one of my students or one of the teachers. So there you go.
Reminder for anybody who might watch it, he works at a college. Okay.
Oh, like seeing a used condom on the floor of a campus is a rare occurrence. Come the fuck on. Like, when was the last time you went to any fucking campus, you know?
No, I remember I used to work at a school. We didn't see a lot of those.
Well, you work at a school or a college?
I worked at a high school.
Okay. Well, then you probably didn't go to the bathrooms enough because that's all they're doing.
No.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
like where I teach at, there's this other one school that every fucking day there's people like being caught having sex in either the bathroom or vaping in the bathroom or smoking weed in the bathroom, and I'm like, what the? Why don't y'all have homes? Like, why don't y'all do this shit at home? Why are you coming to school and doing it? You know?
I know you. You walk in there, and go, hey, puff that bitch.
Like, share the wealth, you know? They motherfucker, I'm your teacher. God damn it, give me 2 puffs so I can give you extra credit.
Yeah. Ass, gas, or grass. How do you want to pass?
Ah, man, Cerebral, how's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
I've been doing okay. I don't feel all that great. I know you can't believe that, but I really don't. I got an article. I'm writing an article on this one because, High on Life 2 dropped yesterday.
Okay.
Oh shit, did it?
Yeah. And I've been playing it. It is not handicap accessible. It is, yeah, I'm writing an article on it. I got past 2 of the bosses, but some of the traversal, the quote skateboarding and the getting around is way too difficult to get from area to area. It has set checkpoints and you cannot go back to previous checkpoints if you get stuck, which is where I'm at now. So I might be done playing the game. I'm glad it was on Game Pass. But,
reviews about that game, and we're going to talk about it in a second. Reviews have all said uniformly the same thing. It's a fun game. The gameplay loop is still.
The humor is still there. I mean, it's a fun game.
Well, they say some of the jokes are sort of are stale a little bit. I've not played it. I've not had a chance. I've been playing that new 2D God of War, but
I mean, some of it plays into the because it is a sequel, so some of it plays into that. But I still enjoyed it. I mean, I do like the fact that there's a couple of instances where they actually go very meta, and one where you actually fighting the bad guy in your game menu. You're actually fighting the bad guy.
Really, that is cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So they definitely had fun. I just wish it was like I said in my article. I want to play the game. I'm enjoying the game. I want to finish the story. I was able to finish the first.
You wish you could play it with your strong hand, is what you're saying?
You're pimping it.
Well,
Go ahead.
But because of a lot of it is because my left hand doesn't work as well, and a lot of it requires like you have to, it's a twin stick thing too, where you're moving with the left stick, you're looking around with the right, and you have to do a lot of that all at the same time, and also click down on the stick so that you're going faster. It's a click and hold, not a toggle. So yeah, there's a lot of issues that I have. But we'll see what happens over time.
Well, maybe they might patch in some. What was the first one handicap accessible, or did it have a lot of accessibility
I had
features?
A lot of issues. I had a lot of issues with the traversal in that one too, but not as bad as this one. I was able to complete the story in the first one. And what sucks is I was actually doing a side mission where I'm stuck, and there's no going back because it only saves the most recent checkpoint, and that's it.
Oh.
And
how can you be stuck is what I don't understand. If you've already progressed to a point where you can only go backwards, how are you stuck?
Because I can't go forward. I can't get past where I need to get to the next part.
What is it requiring you to do that you're not able to do? Maybe that's a better question.
Jump over, go around the wall, jump up and go through, and stuff that requires a lot of quick button pushing because they have got to use the double jump and you got to use the burst forward and you got to just all in sequence, and I can't. All that with also having to turn around and look where you're going, which for me twin sticks are hard for me to do that with them. Process of doing everything else, my fingers don't work like that.
How does it? Did you not? You have the handicap controller, that accessibility controller, right, for Xbox?
I just use a regular controller.
Okay. So do you have one of those?
That it wouldn't do me any good.
Okay. You see, I mean, like, okay, so like it's making you do a couple of things like really quickly, and you're just not like because of your weakness, you're not able to do it.
It's going to be my left hand, even with an accessibility controller with other stuff. I wouldn't be able to do it. My coordination isn't good enough where I can go this finger, this finger, this finger. It all works as one, basically. It's
well,
yeah,
I mean,
let me ask. If you went to mouse and keyboard, all those controls are still the left hand.
Yeah, which is an issue I have sometimes as well. Yeah.
Well, I mean, let me ask you this. Do you think it's something that is just like for you, just like a hard stop, or do you think it's something that they can probably do in
Yeah,
patch it in or
I have
somehow?
I have a whole list of things they should be able to patch into it that they shouldn't have to patch into it. It should have been a first thought, not a afterthought. But you know, even I even pointed out that some of the stuff that would make it easier is like remember I always talk about LA Noire and how with situations like this, if you had an action sequence or something that you couldn't get by after either 3 or 5 tries, LA Noire would say, "Hey, we see you're having trouble with this. Do you want to skip this and get to the next part?" LA Noire in 2011 was one of the first games to do that. I think it was the first game to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And still, it's not done often enough in these types of games. Where if you want me to be able to follow your story and complete your story, give me the tools to do it. I even put a little footnote in the article I'm going to be publishing that says you could even put that part, just you make it available only in story mode. I don't care. I just want to see the rest of the game. You know,
how receptive are the developers?
I don't know because one thing they didn't change from the first game. Did you ever play the original High on Life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I actually like it because it reminds me of Stranger's Wrath because it has that live ammo, the ammo that's kind of like here the guns are alive, but in Stranger's Wrath the little projectiles were alive.
Yep.
Like a new friend Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, basically. Essentially. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Stranger.
If you remember
the Dum-Dums.
They had the movies within the game that you could watch the entire movie.
Oh, they should still have it. Yeah.
They do. There's going to be I believe, because there's 6 marquees, but only 2 of the movies are up right now. But I think by the end, there's going to be 6 movies that you can watch in the game. And boy, the one I watched one of them last night. It's a really, really bad movie from the 80s. Really bad. But one thing they didn't do in the first game, and that I actually did message them about, is even when you have closed captioning on, those movies within the game are not captioned. So people who are deaf or hard of hearing are not enjoying a major aspect of the game that you put in there for enjoyment, for fun, and they can't enjoy it or experience it because.
But that seems like a huge oversight on their part. Like, why wouldn't you close caption?
That's what I thought.
Because I mean, like your personal weaknesses in playing the control, that's one thing, but when you're talking about closed captioning, I would assume that there's a lot more people that would use that. Like I know for a fact, I always keep my subtitles on.
Captioning for the game.
Yeah, I don't play anything without subtitles.
Yeah. Captioning for the game is there. I'm just saying the captioning for the movies within the game, which are supposed to be a fun part of the game to enjoy, where you can actually remember last time they actually had achievements for sitting in the theater and watching the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the point. But that's fundamentally the point. In fact, you could kind of overlook the fact that
I gotta imagine that's probably a pretty easy fix. I gotta imagine.
Yeah. I wouldn't reckon it would be. I mean, obviously the game just came out. There's probably still patching on it. They're probably looking at everyone's feedback.
Oh, they ran a patch. They ran a patch yesterday evening. Within 6 hours of it coming out, they ran a patch. So.
Well, I mean, I like High on Life because I always like games that try to inject humor, and I've always said it that one of the hardest things to achieve in games is true comedy, and very few games actually do that. That's why one of the reasons I'm actually looking forward to Fable. It's like, yes, if you take away the comedy from Fable, then what the fuck is it? It's basically just a third-person action RPG, So, but what makes it Fable? It's fun, yeah, because it's funny. Fine. Yeah, it's fucking funny, No,
I'm saying even if it didn't have the comedy, I think that game still looks like it would be a really fun game.
You think? Like, if you strip away all of the comedy, do you think that it would have the same character as it does now? I don't think so. Well, I just think it would be lost in the shuffle.
The last trailer we saw didn't really have a whole lot of comedy in it, and the game looked fun.
Yeah, it looked fun, but with the idea that we know that there's going to be comedy in it because we saw it in the first trailer when they were talking about that big old giant and they were doing those little office snippets and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to that. I love The Office.
I like comedy, but in games, but when it's not forced, don't force it. Just make it feel natural.
Yeah, see, but that's the point. I mean, I think it's easier to achieve the aura or the ambiance or the environment of horror than it is comedy. I think one of the hardest things to do is make somebody else genuinely laugh. I mean, people will politely laugh, but they will not genuinely laugh.
The humor in High on Life is twisted just like the first one, but
Well, that's good. That's the thing that really.
But just like the first one, the thing, you're doing the second mission and the second boss area, and the guy breaks down. Are you having fun? Is it as fun as the first one? So it's very self-aware. It's
you're telling me all this, and I know this is in this game, but dude, I still got about 10, 15 hours left in God of War 2D. So please, I do not want to stop. I want to finish a game. So there you go. But anyhow, all right, my man Fabio. Yeah. Buddy, you're a youngin'. We old folk, down here, like you're a youngin' and you got a girlfriend. What it gives, big homie? It's Valentine's Day, man. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong, but
did you inflate her for Valentine's Day? What did you do?
No, not at all. It's just because it is. First of all, it's not Valentine's Day here. Second of all, it's raining outside. And
by the way, Valentine's Day is not an American only thing. Just so you know.
Yes, but it's not. It doesn't happen today here. It happens later in Brazil. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
When is your Valentine's Day?
The world is not. It's not just America, my friend. Just
when is your Valentine's Day?
Shit, my mic was me. I was trying to say he doesn't blow her up because she's silicone. Solve that problem.
He's more efficient now. He's
listen. This man, he's going to college, man. He's a forward thinker.
Yeah.
I thought he would have an AI bot. He would have an AI in that inflatable or something like that. His tech and his computer savvy.
What an asshole.
He's working on it.
Yeah.
Hey, the minute tell me this, the minute you can virtually have sex with Jessica Alba, society ends right there. Okay? It ends right fucking there. It ends. Okay? I'm saying. All right. I'm sorry. Think about it.
In 50 years, women are fucked.
No. You women, the human species is fucked. What are you talking about?
Imagine the pitch for the idea. We want to make the ultimate unproductibility product here. It's not video games, it's not movies, it is some kind of entertainment, but it is this. Okay. And that's where the world ends.
I fucking bet you.
Dudes are banging shit that look like flashlights. Imagine when they look like freaking Sydney Sweeney and they talk.
Think about
it. They don't give you no fucking attitude.
Think about it. You have a like a headset, and then you have like a fleshlight and you put it in.
They already have that. Boom. Dude. Where have you been? They already have that.
I'm pretty sure they will be partnering up with Nintendo, and Nintendo would bring back the Power Glove. That's how we go.
Now you're playing with power.
There we go, motherfucker.
With Wize,
now you're fucking with power.
Yeah, with Wize, you're lucky to end up like Howard on the Big Bang Theory with the robot stuck to his dick.
If that comes out as a video game, I just want to see the movie The Wizard with that power glove on it. This is the power. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so badass. What you been playing, big homie, besides with yourself?
Yeah, if Sony makes it, the battery's only going to last about 5 minutes, though. So,
Well, it's okay because they'll stop supporting it in about 2 months anyway. So.
You do have a very good point. Well, I've been playing some Forza Motorsports. I've been playing some Diablo 2 Resurrected. I saw the live stream that they made about 30 years of Diablo.
We're going to talk about that. That's our first topic after we get through the
decided to play there. I've been playing as well High Guards. I've been playing also.
Play as much as you can because it's about to close.
Space
Marine. You're the guy keeping the servers up. Okay,
Yes, I'm there.
The people are. You can't fire us. We got somebody playing our game. Yeah, but there's only one person. It's still
one.
Better
than to the Commodore 64 and let's go. Okay.
it has more people playing. It has more people playing that shit than the Nintendo 64. Right
That's why your ass is single on a Valentine's night with a girlfriend because you found out you were playing high card and dumped your ass.
Oh my lord!
She's like, I am not going to be seen or affiliated with some son of a bitch who's still playing that piece of shit.
Let me know when you uninstall that and I'll come back. Yeah, let me know when you uninstall that and I'll come back. Yeah.
Remove that filth from your hard drive.
Who would have thought a game like High Guard would be a cock block? Come on, man.
Everybody, the second we saw it at the Game Awards, literally everybody.
Well, I've been also playing the Bard's Tale trilogy, and as well I went back to Overwatch because everyone has.
Yeah, your ass is not going to get laid in the 21st century, dude. Yeah. With that type of rotation. He said, "Okay,
a guy cannot play video games anymore. Apparently,
no, you cannot play those fucking video games."
No. You talk about getting laid on the 21st century, motherfucker. You haven't been laid since the 18th century. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm as constant as the Northern Star. Hey, yeah, at least there's some consistency in my life.
I'm just imagining like Wize is over there in the distance, and then everyone follow him for sterile glory. Oh, there we go. Just like
that. Okay. So, of all the games, why, like, Bard's Tale? You said Bard's Tale. You said High Guard, and you said Overwatch. Yep. Was there not anything that came out in the 2020s that you're interested in besides High Guard?
No, it's just because when it comes to High Guard, I wanted to properly like actually give it a proper try to it, not just play one
and
or
then
two
say
matches.
I hate it. Yeah,
especially like because I haven't managed to literally yesterday I haven't managed to actually find a goddamn character where I was like, okay, this plays nicely, because every single time it's okay, but it still feels quite strange. I have no idea how the heck do you fight in this game. And then I got really surprised because I decided, you know what, the game is going to be that anyway, so let me try this shitty character here, which was that generic Ken from Street Fighter that they have. And surprise, surprise, that character was the one where I played the best with.
Timu Kin. There you go. Yeah.
So like it ended up becoming like that. So I actually tweeted that yesterday. I was like, out of all the characters of High Guard, who would have known that generic Ken would be the one I played best with? And it ended up making me enjoy the game more, but I know it's going to die anyway, so I'm just like, okay, let me try to get as many achievements as I can for this shit.
Oh shit. All right. All right, cool. All right, my next panelist, my man Nova. How's your week been going, big homie? What you been doing? What you been playing, big boss?
It's been going all right. I haven't really been playing anything. I played a little bit of that Sons of Sparta game, that 2D God of War. It's all right.
You're not. You don't. I don't see you as a Metroidvania.
Jaffe hates that game.
Yeah, Jaffe fucking hates that game.
Jaffe hates everything.
Jaffe fucking hates everything.
He's seriously laid into that game.
His ass is not happy about it because God of War was his baby. He's not getting any royalties from it. That's probably what the fucking reason why.
Yeah, it is his baby no longer. Like at one point, do we stop giving him credit for everything that God of War has accomplished over the years?
Well,
great. He helped create the game, great. Mm-hmm. But like, it's been in the hands of so many other people besides him for decades now. Like,
but I think it's just an iconic game and character that we sort of
right. But if you ask me, between Jaffe and Cory Barlog, I think Cory Barlog is the one that he's got way more of the fucking kind of like it's his thing than fucking Jaffe can lay claim to. Because Cory Barlog directed 2, which is one of the best ones, and he directed 2018. And Ragnarok is it was based mostly off some of the shit he wrote when he was trying to make 2018, because they realized he was actually creating the second game in the story, and they went and revisit everything. That's why when they handed it off to the new director, it was able to come out within a relatively quick amount of time. So like, cool, Jaffe, you were there at the very, very beginning. But if anything, I would put it more on Barlog than anybody else, and not that he's the only one that gets credit. But it's like, why we could just go? We're gonna talk about fucking Jaffe, like he's the only one to get credit.
Yeah, that's like Grum still trying to take credit for what's happening in World of Warcraft, and he hadn't been there for almost 15 years, and he wasn't even really that big of a deal when he was there, but he still tried to take credit. Look at all I did. I'm like, you didn't do shit, dude. You were.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jaffe was helming 1 and 2, and then I think it was Barlog for 3, wasn't it? And then Egmondson for Ascendant?
Was 2. Nope. Barlog was 2. Stig Asmussen was 3.
Yeah. And then who
Jaffe
did Ascension?
1.
Who did Ascension?
Let me see. Ascension,
which was the weakest of the sequence in the original.
Todd Pappy. So it went Jaffe, Barlog, Asmussen, Todd Pappy, Barlog again, and then who was? Let's see. Ragnarok director.
I thought it was still Barlog.
Eric Williams. No, Williams. No, because Core is currently working on another game that they said is not a new IP, but will feel like one. It's not a sci-fi game, so he's working on another game.
Okay, so let's sort of like, what can that be? Like I said, it's not a new game. It's something that feels new. So it's something from their old repertoire. That
I don't know what Santa Monica's ever done that's not God of War. I really don't know what they've ever done that isn't God of War.
I don't remember any other game that they've done that's not God of War. I mean, they have. I know they have. They're Sony's marquee studio. They must have done games. I just don't. I mean, God of War is so big that it has sort of trumped everything. I don't remember them.
It's probably going to be Lego God of War 2018. So yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, anything else is going fucking Lego. Might as well God of War. I mean, let's put it this way.
Hold on. Let's take a step back. They said that it is not a new IP, but will feel like one. But they didn't say it is not a IP that Santa Monica created. Right? Sony and PlayStation has many IPs. So maybe Core is working on an IP that belonged to another studio and not a Santa Monica studio or Santa Monica IP.
How funny would it be if they actually like, oh yeah, we are bringing back Wipeout. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Actually, if he's going back to Jaffe's old catalog.
Okay, so it would be let's see, Kinetica is the only
no.
It's Kinetica.
He could do something with the Twisted Metal IP.
But Santa Monica didn't do Twisted Metal. It says there were external developers, but it was developed by Incog Entertainment. Like games that were actually IP of Santa Monica, it's Kinetica on PS2, then God of War 1, 2, 3 Ascension, God of War, Ragnarok, Sons of Sparta, all that shit.
So like it is Santa Monica is equivalent to fucking Bungie, which is like we spent $3 billion on this studio that has only 2 games, Destiny and Marathon. Great.
Well, I mean, he's been working on this prophetic game since before Ragnarok, apparently. And remember, I think we saw that little documentary Raising Kratos. Y'all remember that? It was on YouTube and stuff. And they showed artwork, I think, of a game that never came out. And yeah. But that's sci-fi. I guess he scrapped that.
They said they're not doing a sci-fi game. At least that Core is not doing a sci-fi game.
Yeah.
By the way, Sony Santa Monica, even though they're limited as far as their directly, this is what we did. They did work on a bunch of external development games.
Yeah. There's a huge list, including Twisted Metal and all those.
Right.
But they aren't Santa Monica IP. Is not what I'm saying. They weren't developed by Santa Monica.
See, the double-edged sword that's in Sony's stable is this. They've got like some of the premier developers as their first party. Well, premier, I say, for the type of game that is like, I would say, recognized as the type of AAA game, your over the shoulder third party. And they got Insomniac doing it. They got
Santa
Naughty
Monica,
Dog.
Santa
Naughty Dog,
Monica. They got who's that guy? The Yotai is shit. I'm having a brain fart.
Sucker
Sucker
Punch.
Punch.
Sucker Punch, and they got Naughty Dog. But the problem with these things is that when they make a game, it's like it carries such a monumental weight in the industry. And I mean, whether you like Sony or whether you don't like Sony, you cannot escape the fact that when Guerrilla Games comes out with the next Horizon, official Horizon, or Santa Monica comes out with their new IP, or Naughty Dog, it rattles the industry. Okay, it makes a big shake.
Well, to be
I
fair,
don't know about
it
rattles the
may,
industry, but
it may initially get some attention, but Sony over the last little while have not been making some great decisions on what they've been putting out there. You know,
No,
no,
but
but the games the games themselves have still been great. It's kind of like heavy as the crown type shit, where like
yeah.
the
that's
expectations
exactly what
of
my
the
point is.
games are always. I think between all of the main three, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation, it's the PlayStation first party games that have the highest expectations placed upon them in terms of like the quality and all, because that's what they've been like known for. So yeah, I do think to a degree like it's that double-edged sword, like you were saying, is like, yeah, the games are probably going to be great, but the expectation is also so high that it's
I
very
mean,
easy to fall short of those expectations.
And it's
I mean,
also
the
very
main
hard.
problem,
Go ahead. Sorry.
the main problem when it comes to that is that, okay, it is high quality for just that one type of game, over the shoulder, cinematic,
Yeah.
absolutely story driven, all that kind of stuff. When they try to do anything else, everyone ends up hating it, because what's going on right now with that new Horizon game that has been just announced?
Yeah, but you see, you're sort of guilty of your own success, as you said, as Nova said so eloquently. Heavy is the crown. Like, when you put out these games, and they know this, they know that the type of resonance that these games have. So on their part, they want to make sure that the game comes out in probably the most impeccable form it can. But therein lies the rub. These types of games take a 6 or 7 year development cycle.
I was going to say that's the other problem, is that
Right.
the games take so long to develop that they're not able to create any revenue in between the time, and the budgets are so fucking high. Like, with the exception of Ghost of Yotei, which actually costs less than Tsushima, the rest of their games, the budgets have ballooned out of fucking control. And then you look at the fact that they canceled God knows how much money spent on that Factions game that never came out, which probably was hundreds of millions of dollars. They canceled that live service God of War game that Blue Point was working on. How many millions of dollars did they spend on that? The Spider-Man.
They canceled what, a total of 7 live service
12.
games?
No, it was
Yeah.
like 12. It was like
Yeah.
12 live service games. It
Yeah,
was
but
more than seven.
three were big though. One was Last of Us, one was God of War, one was Spider-Man. Then
Yeah.
what the fuck did they spend on Concord? So like at
They
this
spe-
point,
yeah.
even though they're doing okay in their quarterly reports, they bled fuck tons of money in this last year.
And don't forget, they got
And-
Fair
and-
Games and
Right, and now that puts an even bigger emphasis on these next games need to hit, because the losses they just took need to be recuperated, someplace, and it's got to come from their first party bangers. If these first party bangers don't come out and fucking hit, there's definitely potential for there
No,
to
no,
be
but
trouble.
like that's literally the situation where even studios that are owned by Sony that are not known for doing what like the PlayStation 4 games are best at, they are suffering right now. Bungie is suffering right now with the reception that people are giving to Marathon, and everyone is considering that Marathon might end up becoming the next Concord. And if Bungie ends up
It
releasing
will
the
be.
next Concord, the result is going to be disastrous. Bungie might be shut down because of it. That's what everyone's worried about.
And
when it comes
that
to
will be the creation of their own doing. Because first of all, nothing about Marathon looks interesting, new, creative, and all people really wanted was either something really, really new, or give us Destiny 3. You've been milking Destiny 2 for 20 fucking years. Give us Destiny 3. Destiny 3, I don't think anyone would have had a problem with, but Marathon just looks uninspired. Then you had the issue with all the stolen artwork from people. Like, it was just like issue after issue. And like, listen, I love Bungie. I love all the old Halo games. I loved Destiny 1. I love Destiny 2. the biggest problem with those games is after a while I lose interest. And then when they do all these updates, it's so hard for me to jump back in with all the shit they've added. Now it's just a clusterfuck of information. But if a Destiny 3 came out where now I can get back in on the ground floor, shit, I'm there for it. I think Destiny's awesome. But Marathon, I just have almost no interest in. And if it was
No,
free to
no,
play, maybe. But if they want to charge me like $60, $70 for it, mm-mm.
no,
So
I totally understand that like it is Bungie's own doing in parts with the failure that Marathon might be facing when it gets released, but at the same time comes down to the to Sony as well, because Sony has been trying to as much as possible to try to we need to have a live service game that becomes a hit, because this is needs to be one game that is going to generate constant revenue to us, and just Destiny is not going to cut it. So we need more than that in order to get that
Well,
successful.
and
So
Yeah,
at
they
the end of the day,
they
but
this one
the
they
can't
but
be
the
put on.
they killed Destiny.
is
They killed Destiny themselves.
but
Yeah,
like the problem is
this can't be put on PlayStation yet because Bungie's still at the point where they are self-publishing as part of their deal with the acquisition from PlayStation was that they get to self-publish their games, right? So this was pretty much they decided to do this. Now,
no,
I
but
think
but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They are acquired by Sony. They are a PlayStation studio, and the public from PlayStation, the majority of the public from PlayStation that enjoys playing first-party Sony games, are not into a game such as Marathon. So, like at the end of the day, it's going to become just like Conquer.
no, but
what?
that's
That's
not
what
entirely true because no, hold on, because one of the most popular games on PlayStation is Call of Duty, first-person shooter. Destiny, first-person shooter. Apex Legends. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's it was Destiny and Bungie was popular and making money before PlayStation acquired them. That's why PlayStation acquired them. So I don't think it's that they expect a third-person over-the-shoulder game from Bungie. I don't think anyone was expecting that. So I don't know if you can necessarily say that.
No,
Well, let me
but
say
why
this.
are we
with
so why is
with
Marathon being so
hang on.
much criticized?
Well,
Because
because
it
like
looks
shit.
boring.
Because it looks,
It
Go
looks
ahead.
like shit.
but the other side is, and we've talked about this before. Yeah,
Because
the first person
Marathon isn't an exclusive. Marathon's multi-plat.
yeah, the first person shooter thing is it's a crowded area and it's hard to get people to play more than one first person shooter. You know, you have your Call of Duty players, you have your Battlefield players, you have your Fortnite players,
You
and
have
very
your one high guard player.
one.
Yeah,
No,
but
you know,
if Marathon
But
was a console exclusive, then I could say, okay, maybe your argument holds some water because now they're relying solely on the PlayStation fan base. But when Marathon is going to release on everything, they're not relying solely on the PlayStation fan base, who they're hardcore are probably more into the third person over the shoulder shit. But like 80%, 90% of PlayStation gamers are the casuals that play all the regular FPSs, right? That's why you've got 100 million PS4s, 150 million PS4s, and only 20 million copies of Spider-Man that sold, right? Because
right.
most people are just the casuals.
most people are playing Fortnite or
Yes.
Call of Duty. Period.
Yes,
You know?
yes. So
Yes, yes.
Marathon not succeeding has nothing to do with the PlayStation hardcore fan base. It has to do with it. Nobody, not the Xbox people, PC people, or PlayStation people, are like, yeah, that looks dope. Nobody's saying that shit
Well, there have been streamers who've been playing Marathon or the whatever.
because
and
they got paid to.
They
Just
did. They did.
like the high guard guys, like, oh, high guard's so good because they were getting paid to fucking play high guard, and then once their window of getting paid to play the game was over, they're not streaming that shit anymore. The check cashed, and now they're like, all right, back to fucking Fortnite or one of those bullshit climbing games where you use the pickaxe to climb some stupid fucking mountain. Back to that shit.
By the way, most of even the influencers, a lot of them don't get paid to play. They might get flown out to play it, and they might be streaming it. But the idea is that it'll get eyes on their channel.
Okay, so where were
Yeah.
you flown to play Forza 6?
Shut up.
Tokyo.
Tokyo. Shit. How was
So you're
how
you're
how
telling
was
me-
the Intercontinental in Tokyo? Do you see?
It was very nice. Yeah.
Paul, you're telling me that Double Fine Productions flew you over to play Kill?
You just now know? Shit.
Yeah.
He's going out next week to play Fable. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, they were, but then they said, motherfucker, you look old enough for us to throw you in a kiln.
Yeah.
shit. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this. High ground developers, like they had like close to what was it, 60% layoffs already? Like I really feel bad for these guys. Like and you know what they're saying? They're saying that we believe our game was bad because of just bad PR. You know, like okay, whatever.
No. It was just one guy apparently. I don't know if more people ended up sharing that sentiment amongst the developers, but it was just one guy that he decided to like. He was so pissed off that he made an entire post about that. So everyone's talking about.
I
this
mean,
shit
we've
now.
also heard reporting. I've seen this reported multiple times over the years of like studios not understanding how not well received their games are going to be because they get positive reviews from the playtesters, but it's because the playtesters are getting paid to play the games and they don't want to say anything negative, so they get paid to come back and continue to play test games.
No, I
So
mean,
I'm not saying that's entirely what happened, but
you should see me in the playtest when I'm doing stuff for Xbox, man. like, yeah, thanks for the opportunity, but if you want to know the truth, buckle up, baby, because here it comes.
it's like,
I mean,
fuck the
they just-
skateboarding section. I can't pass to
You
the
know,
next
what
area.
happened? What happened with Cerebral is he talked to the high ground developers. They said, "What do you think?" And Cerebral's like, "Is your McDonald's hiring? Because some of y'all might need to be looking for a job very soon."
Yeah, no,
It's just
my favorite thing to spit out when people ask me is I go, "You ever hear the old song? You know, that has the line." Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies. There you go. Okay.
If there's anything we learned over the years, it's that executives don't always know the answers to shit. They think they do because they have suits and degrees, but half the time they just think, oh, we know everything, and that's not entirely the case. Look at for example, real quick, when Ryan Reynolds was trying to get Deadpool made, Fox was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No one wants that. We can't do that. And that's not going to make any money. And then he leaked that CG footage to YouTube, or somebody leaked it to YouTube, and it got so much positive response. And the people were like, yes, we actually do want this. But Fox evidently thought that nobody's interested in this, right? So just because the suits think that, oh, no one's going to like this, or that someone will like this, how many times do we see that the second it goes out there, the public overwhelmingly is like, either yes, this is awesome, or no, this is terrible.
Well,
The suits don't know.
the other side too is even if you have, sometimes the suits who aren't players or whatever, they're depending on the people who below them to give them an honest, but for threat of their job, they don't want to be totally honest and go, look, this project is totally fucked. This is dog shit.
Let's talk about a game we might be.
I just don't understand why they don't do any more. What do you call it? Like focus groups. Like do some. Like, I'm not sure they do focus groups, but like evidently not enough, because there's so many projects that have come out over the years. It's like if he had just done like a basic focus group, they could have told you like, maybe you guys should go a different direction with this shit.
I can say that that's part of what I'm part of with now that the ambassador program no longer exists, but I'm still involved. That's basically what we are at this point.
Well,
That's good.
The small group of us, we're the focus group.
Here's the thing, right?
And you know me, I do take it upon myself to be honest. If something's not working, I'm going to say this isn't working.
Well, you got all of these Western developers churning out these live service games, and then you look at these Eastern developers, and they're sort of doubling up on the single player experience.
Final Fantasy 6206.
Yeah, but at the same time, Wise, their budgets and their overheads and costs and what they pay their labor isn't quite the same as what you have to pay.
You don't say. You mean the $1.50 they pay per hour is not good enough?
In San Francisco,
those children are some of the best programmers you'll ever see.
See, what happens in China is if a kid is the kids have to get really smart because they have to pass this test called the Gaikai, right? And they get really smart. These developers are like, well, shit, you're only 12 years old. Come on. As a developer.
Well, and I hate to say it, but to me, a lot of the JRPGs and stuff like that, they all look the same.
Yeah. Oh, every time I see one, I'm like, oh, is this Genshin Impact 27? They all look exactly the fucking same.
It's Purple Dragon Attack Boy. Oh.
And I'm not enough of an anime weeb to like be able to tell the difference. I just see anime characters. My God, it's Genshin Impact fucking 52. They all look the same to me, and they're not my speed of game personally.
Yeah, but I mean all the the battles go down, the way the the way
Oh yeah,
just the rotation of what you do it all looks the same.
and
Mhm.
almost like
And
cell
this
shading on the characters and the worlds, like they
yeah.
look like extensions of the same game or spin-offs of another IP. Like they just look like they're all connected. If you were to intermingle pieces of all these games into one large trailer, I would have no way of knowing that they are all 56 different games. I would just think it's a trailer for one game. I honestly would. I would have no way of knowing,
Yeah.
especially if there was no HUD on screen.
Yeah, it's the same issue I have when when we watched the thing the other night.
Yeah, State of Play. Yeah, there was a
State of
couple of
Play.
games that were sort of
There's a
like,
couple of, and you're like, isn't that the one we just saw? It looked
Yeah.
exactly the fucking same. The guy's
Yeah.
got a big gigantic sword that there's no way he can walk around with that thing, and he's swinging around. Oh, okay.
the only one we knew was different was the one with the chicken because it had a chicken.
Okay, I gotta stick to that. And
That's a
so
rooster.
I'm watching this on the PlayStation channel. I was so damn tempted.
to go get some KFC.
No, I mean because and the first thing in my head were two things. I said I wanted to put in there, boy, that's a mighty big cock.
I was waiting for somebody to say that.
and because I'm an old man, my mind also went to, and you may remember this, Wize, Super Chicken. Remember that? Remember the cartoon Super Chicken?
Yes.
I mean,
I was thinking
to
cow and
me-
chicken. Where's cow?
Yeah.
To me, in that game, you definitely need to have just a button where the character says a sentence and it's like cock-a-doodle-doo, motherfucker. Or something
Okay,
like that.
Yeah.
look. If his finishing move is not called the 11
Oh,
herbs and
no.
spices, I'm getting a refund.
It's like instead of saying "Hail to the King, baby," like Duke Nukem, it's got to be "Hail to the Cock, baby."
Hell to the
That's it. That's it.
I
dude.
mean,
but I will say that game Project Windless, it
Yeah.
looked cool. It looked
I mean,
fun.
there's going
It
to,
did, it did
there's
look
go-
cool, but yeah.
looked
it-
cool.
Ever since you found out you were playing as a chicken, we're like, okay, yeah, we're down. Everyone was like, you get to play as a chicken? Sign me up. Where do I sign?
Yeah, and if I would have thought, I thought about for this show, I was gonna have the audio of the part of the theme from Super Chicken where it goes "Buck, buck, buck, Super Chicken." Yeah.
No, robot chicken. Robot chicken. You missed the Adult Swim robot chicken.
Yeah, but there's no lyrics in Robot Chicken.
No, I was thinking about when I saw it, I was like, wow, shit. Peter Griffin's rooster is
Yeah.
really leveled up.
Some people in the chat did say that the Colonel is in big trouble now and shit like that.
I'm surprised no one was saying like the sky's falling or something. Like that.
No, somebody put on a tweet. They had Chicken Little, and then they had the,
Yeah.
They said, "What a glow up!"
I ain't little no more, you bitches. Yeah.
No, somebody.
that-
No,
that-
what people were doing was they were taking those little birds from Breath of the Wild.
Chicken Little's been doing trend, dude. He's been eating that trend baloney.
That's right. It's all those hormones the
shit.
Colonel's been feeding that bird. That's what that is.
No, you know,
the
you
shit
know,
writes
you
itself.
know,
It is a prototype from Tyson's Factories.
you know in the Chicken Little movie that
Yeah.
they have like a scene where it is a movie of him as an adult, as a space motherfucking adult there. Like that's him. That's here. That's the character we are dealing with here.
No, they should ham this up. You know, they should have a move called Deep Fried. You know, grass. Flambe.
Yeah,
Head full of bucket.
but it's an
Assholes.
Eastern developer and they don't have senses of humor.
Yeah, this is true. It's actually associated with some story. There was an unknown story in Korea about some
Yeah, it's
rooster
like
guy or
it's like a
something.
Wukong type thing, but Korean variety.
Yeah.
I mean, it is literally like Black Myth Kokong or something like that.
No, the
Yeah.
best I heard was Cock of War.
By the way,
Yes.
be glad that didn't come out from an American developer because they'd had that rooster laying eggs. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he would have some. Well, no, that wasn't say they give him some big old titties, but they don't do that in Western studios anymore.
No, they'll give them titties. They'll be flat and then they'll shave their hair off.
Yeah. It would just be a bikini, like a bikini top. That's it.
And
Half
if
an hour just
if the
talking
character
about
does
that.
talk, he needs to say "pluck you" at least once.
But yes, yes.
That's what needs to
No,
happen.
pluck you.
They need to freaking have the voice actor for Duke Nukem just come in and mod it with nothing but his voiceovers.
Oh shit, that was good. We're gonna get to that one, and we got a lot to say about that shit. But anyhow, let's talk about this one little quick game. Diablo 2 has a DLC of all games. It just took it 20 plus years. They've added a new
25
class,
years.
Warlock. You
Oh
know,
no, they got no. The remaster came out a couple of years ago.
right?
Yes.
And if y'all, I am excited to play this. Once I get done with that whole God of War bullshit, I'm gonna play this one. I'm looking
So you're
forward to it.
thinking 2028, 2029, you'll be right there.
Have y'all
Nah,
played
see,
it?
I'm into women, so
Have y'all played any of the? Well, Cerebral, you played Diablo. What have you played any of?
Yeah, I haven't gone back to 2. I probably, if I played Diablo, I played 4. Why don't I want to go back to 2? That was like 20 years ago.
Wow,
Yeah.
I mean, 2 is still regarded as one of the best. I mean, if you're
it's
comparing
really
the 3,
good.
2 is.
Oh, I know, but I also played 1, which was the, very basic.
the first one,
Yeah, the first one. It was extremely basic. It was.
yeah,
The first,
like the first Fallout.
ever since they sort of broke that game, and then all you have to do in that game in the first one is go online, get somebody to give you like the full plate of something and the sword of the whale. You don't need anything else. Period. The game, you literally can one shot everybody, including Diablo himself. It was yeah.
That shit's no fun though. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what broke one. One was like they made one, they used to have this thing where they randomly generated your weapons and they had a prefix and a suffix and everything. And Of the Whale was supposed to be like a legendary, but somebody fucking spammed it and made everything Of the Whale and like made the game. They literally broke the game after that. So it was like, okay, fuck it. So anyhow.
I mean that ends up being the consequence when you, for the first time, it ends up open up your games to a platform. Diablo was the first game where Battle.net was created.
Still a classic. I mean, it still doesn't take anything away from the game. I mean, if you really play the game for what it is, it's still a fun experience. But I mean, maybe graphically not hold up, but
It continues to be like that sort of game where you are going to, you play once, you beat it, you replay it twice to New Game Plus, and then you get stronger over and over and over and over again to the point where you are like literally just helping the noobs out. And that's how it goes.
Yeah, you get to a point where you just, it doesn't even become a challenge anymore. But anyhow, let's go to our state of play and let's go through some of these games that they're talking about. So the first game.
Was so last week, dude. That was so last week.
Yeah, it was last week. But we're gonna fucking talk about it now. Okay, the first game was announced.
I mean, it was literally this week. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, you have to forgive Cerebral. He's getting up in years, and time sort of becomes a relative.
This show's on Friday. This is Saturday. We're on the new stuff now.
Depending on when your week starts, does it start on a Sunday or a Monday? So I don't know, but anyhow, so the first,
I think it's dumb that calendars all start on Sunday, but like all growing up as kids, school starts on Monday and weekends are Saturday and Sunday. But the calendar's like, no, the week starts Sunday, and it's like, then why do you teach me from childhood that the week starts on Monday, you sons of bitches?
Exactly. Why is Monday the worst day of the week? Why isn't it Sunday? What the fuck? So anyhow,
and if the Lord rested on the seventh day, why does it start that day?
You would think you would give the Lord a day off, right? But apparently the Lord is not good enough to take a day off. Motherfucker, you gotta work. So anyhow, that's why the Lord has never come back. It's not the fact that we nailed him to a cross; it's the fact that we made his ass work on a Sunday.
Right? It's like I told these motherfuckers I don't work on Sunday. Now it's the first day of the week.
It's like
the only ones who still honor the seventh day thing tend to be the Jewish people that still honor
the Sabbath.
The Sabbath on Friday, from Friday night to sundown to Saturday night to sundown. They don't, they don't do anything. They,
Well,
except embezzle money.
No, for that 24 hours, they don't even do that. They're not.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, you're talking about people who are like hardcore into their religion. Like most Jewish people don't even honor that anymore. Like they just do it.
It depends on where you are. There's big sections in New York where they still do. In fact, they have like elevators on that day will automatically go up and down because they're not allowed to push the button and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
What?
That sounds silly superstitious.
Yeah, then you
shit.
just need to come stay at home.
I don't. It's not superstitious. It's belief in it's their religious belief system, and so
that the Lord saith you must not press a button on a fucking elevator.
Because the Lord knew about the elevators and the buttons when He wrote the Bible.
No. The whole day of resting. They're just very, I'm not saying I would do it, but
Yeah,
I understand.
But if we're gonna go that far, then it's like, well, then don't get out of bed.
Yeah, technically, work happens when you move a certain distance. So if you do not move from your bed, technically no work was done. So,
you guys are
work is
making
force
fun,
times distance.
I was just pointing out that there are,
No, I know. I'm just saying that to be that extreme, if that's the case, then like you can't do anything.
There are some sects of even
before sundown, they have to make sure that like if they have because they're not allowed to light a pilot light, so it has to already be the flame already has to be going, things like that. Yeah.
And they're not allowed to use wireless chargers. They have to plug in cables like the old school motherfuckers if it's after 6:30 p.m.
Really?
I just want to point out.
No.
I just want to point out that if anyone here wants to cancel anybody, you do cancel Supernova. He's a son of a bitch right here. Okay. Just
send all emails, all inflammatory emails to supernova at.
Send it to www.whereisyourgod.now.com.
That's perfect. Yeah. All right. So first game, Kena, the sequel looks pretty good. So they made a game. They did good. Sony gave them more money. They made another game. So looks good.
It looks even gooder. Yeah.
Looks gooder. Yeah.
It looks
yes,
all right.
it does.
Not my thing, but it looks fine.
I'm intrigued. I like the first one. I hope they expand upon it. I know there were some shortcomings on the first one. I hope that it was because of budgetary constraints, and hopefully they've alleviated that. But
well, it was their first game, and I don't think anyone expected it to be the success that it was.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping in mind that it was their first game and they're a relatively small studio, it held its own, and it was actually a really, really good game. And I don't know if you guys all played it and beat it, but I did. And I can tell you by looking at this looks like everything the first game was, but just kicked up a notch, which is what you would want out of a sequel. It looks graphically better. The animations look even slicker than they did in the first game, which were already really, really good because those guys are, I think, visual effects artists from Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think
it looks cool.
They all worked at Pixar. There's going to...
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they were ex-Pixar developers. Yeah.
I don't know if it was Pixar. I knew it was a VFX.
Was it VFX or Pixar? I thought it was Pixar.
Well, the Pixar VFX, same shit. I just know that they came from VFX in Hollywood. I don't know if it was Pixar.
I mean, either Pixar or Industrial Light and Magic, because holy damn, that looks good.
It looks like a DreamWorks animation movie, and the first one already did, and this one looks even better in terms of like the visual quality.
And you know what? You see these small developers. I don't know if you would call them indie or whatever you want to call them. I guess they would be indie, right? They're small enough to be indie. They do good on the first game. They got a B+, and they're able to make the second game, and they're trying to aim for the A. And I think from what I saw, it does not give me any qualms. I mean, obviously the proof is going to be in the pudding, and obviously if this game type has to be your type of game in order for you to like it. But if you like the first one, this seems like a shoe-in to be something that you would like on the second one. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it. But you're always gonna have those people that they just always catch a case of fucking sequelitis, and they're like, oh, it's just more of the last game. It's like, well, no shit, it's the fucking sequel of the last game. What were you expecting, guy? A different game? But there are those people out there that they'll dock a game points for being too much like the last game, and it's like, what did you want it to be?
Oh, sorry.
But it's got to be something different and more. Like Ragnarok was just more of 18, and it's like it was too long.
Ragnarok had completely different combat mechanics. It had new weapons, different areas. It had a completely different and unique upgrading system that didn't exist in the first game. What was the same? The characters, and not even all of them, because there were new characters. So.
Well, there was just something about that just was really long in the tooth. It just kept going on and on and on, and it just wouldn't end.
In it, in the Norse mythology, the difference is listen, the differences between God of War 2018 and Ragnarok are no different than the differences between God of War and God of War 2 or 2 and 3, where they took the same game with the same pretty much combat system, but gave you new weapons, a couple new mechanics, new traversal systems, things like that. But they are extensions of the original game. I don't know what you were expecting from Ragnarok, but it is essentially what it was supposed to be. Now, I think where Ragnarok fell was in the story department. I don't think that the story quite delivered as well or was as impactful as the first game. And I do think that some part of the game's dragged. There was one particular realm where it was just ridiculously large and took too long. But in terms of like what was actually in the game, that's what I wanted from a sequel. I don't know what you were expecting.
No. The gameplay mechanics, I had really no problems per se, but it was, as you said, it was the story that just it did not. No, the first one, the story sort of carried me all the way through, and I could not put it down.
To any sequel,
right?
So
I'm not in any way, shape, or form prescribing the idea that God of War Ragnarok was bad in any stretch of the imagination. It was good. It just was, to me, it just kept. It was too long in the execution. How about that? It just kept going on and on. More, it overstated its welcome, in my opinion, story wise.
Because you were just saying it was more of the same before. So.
Well, it was just longer, and like there was nothing there that sort of like with 2018. You wanted to get to this mountain, throw the ashes, and blah blah blah, and it had the things.
No, I do feel I do feel the pacing wasn't as good. That's for sure. The pacing that was something that played the Last of Us Part 2 also. I think the pacing wasn't as good, and the story wasn't as good.
Yeah, exactly.
Gameplay wise. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, mechanics wise, I can't complain because it was more of the same.
The story and pacing weren't great though.
Yeah. All right, but okay, so let's go on to the next game that they were talking about after Kino was speaking of God of War and the follow-ups and everything. Well, they had factions for Ghost of Tsushima, not factions, but they had Legends for Ghost of Tsushima. And they're doing it for Yotai as well. I'm looking forward to it because I enjoyed Legends. In many ways, I enjoyed Legends more than I liked factions. So I mean, I didn't get a chance to see all of the things that they're doing in there, but if they sort of keep the same integrity of the first faction, of the first Legend, I keep saying factions, I think it's going to be a good one. So, I'm looking forward to it.
I hope that it does more than the first one, because the first Legends was great, but after a while, it was kind of like, okay, I've seen everything there is to do here, and there just wasn't enough extra there. So obviously, it's a free update, so you can't expect too much.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping that we get pretty much what we got in the first one, and maybe some like just a little more meat on the bone. I would personally like, but whatever it is, it's free, and you can't really complain about free.
And you see, the thing is this too, right? Like I like the online implementation when done this way. Like for example, you've got a standalone first single player game, and then you tack on or you add on an online component that plays with those same mechanics. And that's why I like factions. That's why I liked Legends. I mean, like, and that's what I was hoping for from Horizon's online thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, but we knew that wasn't going to be the case with Horizon's thing.
This is true. We knew that there was that leaked artwork that showed that little cartoony stuff, which basically came to fruition about, how that new online thing is going to look. And again, the proof is going to be in the pudding. It may come out and be great. And, I'll have to eat.
Yeah. I mean, I missed last week, so I didn't really get to talk about it. I'll talk about it just really quick. I think it looks okay. I think I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it looks like shit, but the same people that are saying it looks like shit thought that Horizon, Chinese Horizon looking game looked amazing. And it was like the gameplay was very similar. That just had a art style that was more close in line to regular Horizon, where this is an art style that's closer to something like a Fortnite. But in terms of the gameplay, they look pretty similar to me, and everyone thought that one looked awesome. So I'm interesting to see how it plays, because I think it could be okay. I'm not super hyped for it, but it could be cool. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait.
It's not what I wanted for Horizon Online multiplayer, but we'll see.
Well, there's this thing. I think it was Kami or somebody who put out a tweet saying that there is an online like a game being developed. I think it was by some Korean developer. I want to say NCSoft, but that may not be correct. That looks like a traditional like the Horizon games. And but
there's another one coming out that is a Horizon officially licensed one that's not made by Guerrilla. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, there's an official licensed one, and it's made by a Korean developer, but they have no idea. It's coming out to PC. They don't know if they're going to make a console variant yet. So that's kind of interesting, though. But That's what I really wanted. I like, if you can get like a Monster Hunter where you can get a couple of people together and we could take down these uber robotic animals and use their whatever to make stuff, cool by me. Because I like that gameplay loop. That's why I go back to Horizon. I know the story is kind of trash, but there's something intrinsically fun to me about going in and attacking a Thunderjaw or, that snap turtle or whatever they have out there. Those things were fun, and they still are fun. I'll still go in and fight a Thunderjaw with, your javelins, and you try to scope out and say, okay, let me lure him this way, and I'll put bombs there. And I don't know. I just find it fun. And again, I'm fulfilling my inner childhood dream of fighting Grimlock. So,
well, I mean, this game has melee in it, that's Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because that's one of the major changes was the implementation of melee. Because regular Horizon, you don't really use melee for anything other than like the small animals. Everything else, you're using just your bow.
Yeah, but it looks like you just can be wailing on them
later.
What now?
We got a lot to work through here. They showed a lot.
Okay, keep going. Let's go. Okay, For Loop. I don't know anything about this game. Anyone watched this and know anything about it? I did not know anything.
First they announced that Death Stranding 2 is going to PC.
Okay, yeah, Death Stranding 2 is going to PC.
We're shocked. We're totally shocked about that.
Yeah. Like that floored us. That announcement left us stunned.
Yeah. I was stunned. The walking simulator. I'm still not playing the walking simulator. It's not happening.
I'll be honest. For Loop looks to me, if I just asked AI to like create a generic 4-player co-op online shooter, that's what it would spit out. Like everything about it looks generic.
I looked at it. I watched it, and I watched it twice, and I was like, "What is this?" So it's
well, online multiplayer crap. That's not my bag. I leave it to you guys. It doesn't look anywhere something that would intrigue me whatsoever.
I don't think anybody who's on this show right now really plays a lot of that online multiplayer crap.
No, I don't.
I'll just wait till everyone sort of reviews it and says is poo poo on it or whatever. But so let's keep going. Let's go to the first. Let's go to this title,
one. Pragmata, baby.
Oh yeah, Big Daddy in space. There we go. BioShock in space. I don't want to say that. I mean, not to say that being compared to BioShock is a bad thing. I think it's a very good thing because BioShock was an excellent game.
It's nothing like BioShock.
Having a big dude carry a little girl does not make it like BioShock.
Yeah, it plays nothing like BioShock. Did you play it?
I've not played. I don't want to play it. I want to play it on my PlayStation. I don't want to play it on the Switch too because I heard it plays like shit.
It's on the demos on PlayStation, bro. What are you talking about?
Did it just come out on? Did they put it on PlayStation?
It came out the same day. Why would they put it only on the Switch?
Ever since they announced that 2D God of War, I was playing that, so I was like, okay, I did not know what else they could put out. So
that's one thing to point out for this show. Every time they show, coming to PlayStation and PC, most of these games are also coming to the Switch and the Xbox, even though they didn't want to say that for whatever reason.
No, somebody was saying on Twitter, like, hey, shouldn't this be an Xbox State of Play? And I said, yeah, as much as this should be a PlayStation Developer Direct, So,
Well, no, the difference is they aren't PlayStation games, right? The third-party games, and PlayStation has no obligation to report that they're going anywhere else. What is different with the Xbox Direct, because those games are going everywhere, and Xbox wants to sell as many copies as they can everywhere they can. PlayStation has no obligation to sell Pragmata to anybody other than their audience.
This is true.
But Xbox has never had a problem telling that a game, whether it be third party or not, if they're showing it off, if it was going to PlayStation, it was on the tag. PlayStation has always been very, very, I don't want to say sneaky about that, but there are people that see that going, well, it's only coming out on PlayStation. In fact, I saw some of that. I saw some of that on the show, on X after the show. And we were a lot of, including, I forget, PC Mag published that one of the games was only going to PlayStation. Let's just say that they got dragged a lot. Okay.
Right, Paul, but that's marketing 101, right? If the audience assumes that it's only on your platform, you didn't say it was. They assumed, and they're gonna buy it on your platform. That's kind of the thing, right? Like when they get the marketing rights for a game, a big game like a Grand Theft Auto, they're not gonna advertise it. Like if Xbox had the marketing rights for Grand Theft Auto 6, they're not gonna advertise it's going to fucking PlayStation. Why would they want to do that? Why would
absolutely because
fuck they wouldn't?
Because because multiplayer games, you want them to go wherever they can go, because that's how One, that's how
I
the
said, I
game's going
said
to survive. That
GTA 6.
outside of GTA 6.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm
That's how
saying
a game
if
survives. That's how a game
right.
survives.
Yeah.
I'm saying if Xbox had the marketing rights to GTA 6 and it was at
They
an
would still
Xbox
do.
event,
They would still do it. They wouldn't care.
No, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If Xbox, this comes up to the mentality of what we have nowadays, which is if PlayStation does this, if they ended up just showing the PlayStation logo, everyone assumes, oh yeah, it's exclusive to PlayStation. Why? Because in their trailer, in their own channel, in their own show, they didn't show any other logos. But when
Well, they did though. They
Xbox
did.
does, no,
But
no,
they
no, no.
did. All the games said PlayStation and
Yes,
PC. So
I'm putting that situation about GTA. I'm talking about this situation about GTA. Here's my point. They would believe that it's exclusive. With Xbox, even when Xbox had exclusives at the time, they would only show Xbox and nobody would believe them.
That's the problem.
That's
Nobody
the
would
funny
believe
part of it.
Xbox ever since they started. Well, Nelson says
That's
BS. I'm calling
that's the
BS on
funny
that. You
part
can
of
look
it.
it up online. A lot of games that Xbox had on Game Pass had a gauge clause for some games and couldn't be listed or announced for 24 hours. I want to say that was the
I mean,
case back in the day when when they were trying to sell boxes, but I think now that they sort of abandoned the whole hardware space, I think they're just putting everything everywhere.
once the strategy shifted to everything's going everywhere, then that strategy no longer matters. Like, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
Right? PlayStation strategy is very different from Xbox's strategy because they're not trying to put their games everywhere. They're going to go to PC more and more day and date. Obviously, that's going to happen, but their games aren't going to be going to Xbox. Definitely not day and date. And if they
remember,
go at all,
it
if
wasn't
they go
that
at
long
all, they're going to
ago.
be
Yeah, it wasn't that
no.
long ago
And
where
that,
people were
let me
screaming.
finish.
Hang on. I just want to throw out there. It wasn't that long ago where people were screaming that PlayStation will never go day and date on PC. What? In fact,
well,
it was
Right.
they still are not. They're
Right,
still doing
but
online day and date though.
and the big difference again is that PC players, a lot more people there buy their games. The purchasing for games on Xbox is way lower than PC or on PlayStation. And of the games that go to Xbox, they're usually not major first party games. Like, I don't think that they haven't gotten God of War, they haven't gotten Spider-Man, they haven't gotten Last of Us, they haven't gotten Ghost of Tsushima. Like, they get like the kind of offshoot games, right? Which is fine, but their strategies are two very, very different things. So for PlayStation, their strategy is like they're not going to try to advertise for the other people. They don't have to. In
I
Xbox's
mean,
case, especially with their own direct, when they're the games that they themselves made, where they want to sell as many as possible, of course they're going to advertise right then and there all the platforms it's going to, because it's in their best interest at that point to do so.
Yeah, because if
For
you're
a third
if
party game,
remember
for a third party game, you really don't have that.
Do remember also that PlayStation multi-plat releases has generated around even including Xbox, ended up generating $2 billion of revenue. So, like, I mean, that might make them start to think something. I'm not saying that they are going to do it, that they are going to be releasing all of their main franchises day and date, but I think they would try to, like, okay, we might end up having to expand some of our games in order for it to be multi-platform. Not the main ones, but at least some of the games
I
that we
mean,
have in our first party studios. You know what I mean?
for the main first party, I don't think they will. I really don't. I mean, they might. Never say never, right? Because we never, for a while, people thought that Xbox would never do that. So who the hell
No,
knows?
no,
I
no,
just
not
don't.
not
I don't
just.
see it.
Yeah, but like not just that, Insomniac Games said that Spider-Man would never be on PC and Xbox because it was a PlayStation title, and it ended up coming to PC. I'm not
this
saying
is
that
what
it's
we were
coming
saying
to
earlier. I
Xbox.
mean, I think
I'm
that
just
this is.
saying,
I
never
think
say
that
never.
I think the day of the true exclusive, apart from Nintendo, and even then, I have something to say about that.
No, it died. It died.
Right,
I mean, I think
but
it's
I also
dead.
I personally I don't see PC as for me. PC is a different platform than console, right? Like,
Right.
Xbox is a direct competing platform to what PlayStation is. PC is it's an adjacent platform. It's something different.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's the way I see it anyway. So, like, when things go to PC, it's like, yeah, it's not truly exclusive to just the PlayStation console, but in terms of the console space, it is.
well, yeah,
Uh,
that I was going to point out that the terminology that needs to be used is console exclusive
This is
right,
true.
because
Yeah.
it's no longer platform exclusive. It's no,
right.
it is, yeah. Now that they are putting more and more on PC, which, like I said, 6 months ago, people were screaming at me, no, they'll never do that.
like even
Well,
in the
they're
early
doing it now because
2000s,
they see money.
yeah, during the heyday of the Xbox, during the 360 era, even the OG Xbox era and PS2, like nobody saw PC as a competing platform to them. It
Mhm.
was Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation. It was always them. PC was always something different. Now, obviously, over the years, it started to, encourage more and more into that and pull more and more players into that space. But I still don't see it as a really competing platform. It's a different platform.
So what is
Well,
this game
because
Now
about
with
for those of you who
the
played it?
back then, though PCs were the monster because they had all the games that you couldn't put on a console.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe things will end up becoming different or not with the Steam machine when it gets released. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah, we don't know anything. The environment is so dynamic right now that we don't know. I mean, tomorrow morning, I would not be surprised tomorrow morning that PlayStation comes out and does a blanket. Okay, a year from now, all of our exclusives are going to go PC or some shit like that. I mean, I have no. I mean, like the
Well,
way things are so fluid
yeah,
these days, I don't even know.
that I see happening. Like we
Right.
already are seeing first party games going, whether they're day and date. I don't think it's will they go. I think it's the question is will they be day and date, right? Like we've already seen
Yeah.
that at least a 1 year, at the most a 1 year window is what we're seeing. 6 months at sometimes, right? So it's not will they go to PC, it's will they be day and date or will they be timed? I think that's going to be the case with all first party games going forward. It makes no sense for them to not do that going forward.
As long as they're still invested to sell
especially
the box.
especially with how large that platform is,
Right.
and because the games aren't going to be in any type of streaming service. Like if people want the game on that platform, they're going to have to shell out the money to play the games. That's the main differentiator between something like when Xbox has Game Pass, people aren't paying for the games. Even
Right.
on PC, if they have PC Game Pass, they're not paying for the games. So with PlayStation, if they put the games on PC, if people want them, they pay for them.
Well, just like
also by the time it goes to by the time it goes to PC, it's also going to be on their own streaming service as well too.
Right.
So
it's just like Xbox putting their games on PlayStation. If people want them on PlayStation, they got to pay for them.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it makes sense for Xbox to put their games here, because if you have a PlayStation, you don't want to get an Xbox and you want the game, you got to be like, I'm playing Forza Horizon 6. I'm paying for it.
Yeah, you're paying full price for it.
I want all those other games that are coming out. Fable, guess what? I'm paying for it, right? Like that's because I just sold my Xbox today because it's now a redundant platform for me. But I don't mind paying for the games. But if I want them, I got to pay for them.
and you
which
can
I'm
get a
fine
good,
with.
and
So
these days and times you can still get a good deal, especially if you're selling it independently for your Series X. Because
dude, I sold my Series X with the Doom controller, the Doom Dark Ages controller, and the Xbox headset. I got 380,
really,
which is actually pretty fucking good because I'm seeing
you didn't ask me. I would have taken asshole.
I'm sorry, dude. No, but I'm seeing dudes in Facebook Marketplace listing Xbox Series X's, the 1 terabyte, for like $120, and it's like, jeez.
oh my god.
So
No, but
I was lucky to get 3, but also like I keep my shit in like pristine condition. Like I had everything back in the boxes. I even had my Xbox wrapped back up in the little plastic foam shit and the slip cover back on it. Like the next guy got the same console opening experience, right? So like it wasn't just I did that with all my shit. So it wasn't just like an Xbox just chilling. Like it was like almost like you got it brand new, and everything was in mint condition. But still, like I didn't think I was gonna be able to get even that much. I listed it at 400. Most people were offering me like 350, but I listed it like
I'll be
3
back,
days
boys.
ago.
Gonna have some dinner.
Good. I listed like 3 days ago, and I'm like, I just listed it for 400. I'm not willing to take 350 yet. Like, let me give it some more time. Some people were like 200. I'm like, for all that shit? No, no fucking way for all that shit. Dude offered me 350. I was like 380, and he was like, cool.
You probably got that price because of the Doom
lucky.
controller itself, I would say.
I mean, the headset was 70. The Doom controller is 70.
That would have been what pushed it over for me. It's what I would. Asshole. I would have.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. If I didn't know you wanted it, dude, my bad. I would have just fucking sent it to you.
Well, what is this game about? Okay, we always joke.
Speaking of sending me stuff, Wize, you still owe me something.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you my my ROG ally. I gotta get you that.
I don't know what the actual story is. All I know is that little bitch is a droid, and she's on your back, and there's something going on where like all the I mean, the classic story of like all the robots in the fucking facility have gone crazy and they're starting to do crazy shit they're not supposed to do. And the gameplay loop is pretty much you're shooting the enemies, but you're going to do very minimal damage. What you need to do is you need to press a button with her on your back to pull up this kind of like mini game puzzle thing. And you go through, do the puzzle, and then it allows you to do additional damage to the enemies. And there's little nodes. And if you can get more nodes through the puzzle, so depending on how fast and good you are at the puzzle,
Yeah.
it's going to give you damage multipliers or additional.
Oh, I'm going to be really
things.
bad at that game. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
So I mean, it was actually more fun than I thought, and I thought it was going to be like, dude, I got some puzzles I'm trying to shoot, but honestly, it's not that bad. And they walk so slow that like it gives you time to actually do the puzzles and stuff. And the combat, it feels decent. I'm not like yes, day one buy for me, but I think it looks okay. Like it's
D47
not, it's
is he
definitely
a
not.
last survivor or an archivist going to a lost world or something?
I don't know what the fuck he is, but
By the way, you can tell it's kind of an Eastern game. We're gonna take a small child to a very dangerous area and we're gonna fight with her on our back.
yeah, but she's a robot.
And the small child is the one that's going to save your ass. That's the problem. It's always the small kids in Eastern games, you know. Eastern cartoons, it's always
That's
the
like,
baby
you know,
Goku.
that there's always that, and just like, you know, the Godzilla movies and the Mothra movies, there's always this little kid who is in places he should never, ever, ever be. You know.
Well, you know,
Face
it
to
was
face with
always,
King
if you ever
Kong.
watched the original Dragon Ball Z, it was always the littlest
Yeah.
kid who always did the biggest ass
Yeah.
kicking, you know. So, okay, well, you know. Anyhow, Requiem was also showed coming out what? End of this month, right? Within the next week. I think next week, isn't it? It's coming out next week?
February 27th.
Okay, a week after next. So yep, there, and looks good. At this point in time, like, do you think it's going to be a bad game or do you think it's going to be good? I presume it's going to be good. So, I mean, they sort of got a formula going for this franchise, so they sort of know what they're doing. So, I mean, I wouldn't perceive it being bad. 8 wasn't bad, so why would 9 be bad? So, there it is, what it is. So,
Well, except it's the same thing that people were, you know, even people here, I think, he was one of them, that, you know, the different play styles between the two characters,
mhm.
the switching back and forth thing, you know, and I will wait to play it. I'm not gonna, you know, I've never made it through a Resident Evil game because, like I've talked about before, there's a lot of, right at the beginning of the game, there's this locked door. And then 62 hours later, there's a key that you find on the other side of the map, and you got to work your way back to that locked door, but not the way you came because that's been totally blocked off because of some reason. So you've got to find another way around to get to it. And the mapping in the Resident Evil games always sucks ass.
Oh, and the new ones, and the new
Yeah.
ones not so much. But I always loved in the original Resident Evil. You go to open a door and it says the door is locked by a mysterious force. It's like you mean a lock, like maybe it's just locked.
Yeah.
What is this mysterious force bullshit?
That's like when you look at subtitles and it says foreign language, you're going Spanish. It's fucking Spanish, okay?
Okay, so we got Legacy of Kain. Guys, give me a second. I'll be back. I gotta go run some. Talk about
Yeah, I know.
Legacy of Kain.
I saw that, and that was my thought. Is Wize had to go rub one off when he saw that. But yeah,
I don't like Legacy of Kain. I never was a big fan.
I never played him, so
Yeah. Well,
yeah, this is
we
fun.
got nothing to say about
Well,
this shit.
and I
That
can,
was
you and I can skip 2 games, and we can talk about Jiggly Tits. I mean, Dead or Alive 6.
yeah. I was like Dead or Alive. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that, but I mean, it wasn't volleyball, so who cares?
They still got Jiggly Tits, but
Yeah, it was like, oh, I didn't know Dead or Alive made a fighting game.
that's how they started, you fool.
No, I know. So I'm joking.
Yeah.
But like most people think of Dead or Alive, they don't think of the fighting game. They think of the freaking volleyball game, which actually was a pretty decent volleyball game, to be honest.
I think it might have been the only volleyball game, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it might have been. It was like when Rockstar made tabletop. Was it the tabletop? What was the ping pong game that Rockstar made?
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I remember the game, but I can't remember much about it. Yeah.
It was actually, I mean, a weird game to come from Rockstar, but it was actually a really, really fun game. What the hell's the next game on the list so we can talk about that instead? 'Cause I don't
Well,
know what
let's
the fuck-
see. So after Resident Evil, there was Legacy of Kain, then there was Brigandine Abyss.
What's Brigandine Abyss?
I don't remember.
So have y'all? Sorry,
Jesus
about that.
Christ.
Oh, Jesus
Sorry.
Christ. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So Legacy of Kain, Defiance.
We already talked about that.
We don't
moved
care.
past that.
We don't care. Okay, so next game. Let's go on. Keep going. Okay.
Brigandine Abyss, which I don't remember anything about.
It's an
so.
RPG, I guess. It's coming out. It's a strategy RPG in the vein of Final Fantasy Tactics and all that stuff. So I guess if you're
That's one of those
interested,
games where I say they all look the same. Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah.
yeah,
That was the Genshin Impact game.
that was one of the many. So there we go. Let's keep going. Yeah, this guy comes out and there's a new Teddy fighting game, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, we already talked about this one. I made the joke that I didn't know that Dead or Alive made a fighting game.
It's lacking it has a little bit of the titty jiggles, but it doesn't have it what it used to be. I'm sorry. It is. I was looking forward to it. I was like,
I mean, we did remove some of Tifa's cleavage. I mean, these are the times we live in.
Yeah, but that was Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive was okay. Big booty, big breastless woman kicking each other's asses. That's what I'm like looking. That's what.
Yeah, but people aren't trying to get canceled by the angry Karens. They just want to make a game that's like riding the line, not stepping over where the freaking people get mad. It's the way it is. You know how it is.
Well,
it's a fighting game. It's like any other fighting game. The only fighting game that aside from like the Mortal Kombat and the and the
Street
DC
Fighter.
Mortal Kombat stuff, is the only one I really liked ever was the Virtual Fighter, and I wish we would get I wish we would get a new, very nice Virtual Fighter, because I love playing the Drunken Master character all the time.
oh yeah, he was awesome. I loved him.
Yeah, the monkey style or whatever they call that when he's chucking the alcohol.
And I actually liked the original Virtua Fighter when they were blocky. As they got more towards like this look, I something was taken away from it. I enjoyed the more polygonal character design of Virtua Fighter.
It just feels like Tekken now.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's just like one big fucking spectrum. It was just.
I wish they would bring back. I wish they would bring back Bloody Roar. I liked Bloody Roar.
Yeah, they had back in the day. They had some character. Like they had some like really cool characters. Even now, like Mortal Kombat is even boring. It's like the same shit. It's like okay, whatever. But all right.
But also like the shit that was cool to us when we were freaking like 15 isn't the shit that's cool to us when we were 30s and 40s.
This is true. I mean, unfortunately, this is true.
If a game came out today with just regular ass looking ninjas and white, not white, but like yellow, blue, and green, and be like, what are these fucking lame ass looking dudes? Right? We have the nostalgia glasses on when we see them now, but like if that shit something like it came out now, what is this generic ass bullshit? So it was way easier back then.
My nostalgia glasses are prescription at this point, but
I think it's just so much harder these days to create something that looks interesting and unique after gaming being around for so long now. That when we were younger, it was very easy to make something look, oh, that's cool. Right now, it's been going around for so long. We've seen almost everything there is to see. It's so hard to make things that are cool, interesting, or unique. That's why we have some of these games that come out that they look like everything we've seen a million times.
Well, see, that's what Crimson Desert is. Okay, you don't find this cool. We'll put every fucking thing in the game. Whatever you find cool, good. We got it in there. Yes.
and you're looking at it going, is that a Pokemon? It looks like a Pikachu. What the hell?
Yeah, there's a little Charizard.
All right, so here you go. Control Resonant looked good from what they showed.
Super cool. Yep. I think it looks better than
impressive.
Control, man. I think it's going to be better.
Yep. I really want this development house to get a W under their belt because they really work
Especially
really
after that last piece of shit they fucking released.
What was the last piece of shit they released?
That multiplayer game, the Fire Team, whatever the hell it was called.
They had no business making that fucking game. You know that. They had no fucking business making
that game.
As much as
that game was terrible.
They had as much right making a multiplayer game as Blue Point does. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. But yeah, it looked fucking phenomenal. The first Control was awesome. Yeah, guys, thoughts?
My only issue is because it does look good, and I enjoyed Control, and I enjoyed the other one they did in that same world. Some of the controls to me look like it might be difficult for me. It depends on how well the traversal moves are,
What makes you think that? Because the character did stuff?
Shut up. No, but I could tell that there was some stuff where, like when you're jumping
Yeah.
around, you have to you change your view and you have to kind of turn and move. But to be fair, Control later added. If you go back to Control now,
I'll be right back.
the accessibility suite they added was amazing. I mean, basically, you could even go through it and they had one-shot kills for everything if you wanted to go that route.
You think you're going to just implement all of that here too?
Well, some of it, I hope, because it does look like it, because of the way it looks more open. I wouldn't say open world per se, but it looks like a bigger world because you're not stuck inside a building. Because remember in Control, you were inside the headquarters.
This is
And
much
this
more
looks like-
open, and it looks really fucking good. It looks
Right,
really fucking good.
This reminded me of that movie with that movie where they would inside people's dreams and they would take the world and
Inception.
they would skew the world. Yeah.
Inception.
It looked
Yeah.
like that where you're running one way and all of a sudden the next area you got to jump to is actually above your head, so you have to switch your gravitational layout to hit the next area.
Yeah, I don't know that it's this necessarily a more open game, or if it just has the illusion of being more open. Because I think there's definitely more verticality, that's for sure.
Right.
But also because you're not stuck in a building with 8-foot roofs
Mhm.
or
Right.
ceilings, But I think that the levels, it could be. I think it.
I'm
all in
not
all, I
saying
think
it is
looks
more
awesome.
open world, but it gives that impression.
Let me ask you a question. How did
100%.
how did Control ticket for them? How was it a profitable game, or would they consider it quote unquote successful game?
I think so.
I mean,
Remember they did it. They remastered it and stuff too,
Yeah.
and even
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty
remastered-
sure it was both commercially and critically acclaimed. So
Yeah, critically we
And
knew
I
it was
know-
it was good, but I don't know what happened in the commercial. Did it pan out in the wash for him or not? I don't know.
And I know when the remaster came out, it did very well. People went back and played it again. I know that.
If you've not played Control, I think Control is a phenomenal game, and it's just I really enjoyed my time with it. RBG88 said it was FBC Firebreak. Yeah, that was a shitstorm, but one could argue that they had no
What's the
business
other one
making
in the
that game.
Control world? Yeah, what's the other one in the Control world where
it says over 5 million units, but they have a player count over 20 million. I don't know how that happens.
because it was on Game Pass for a while.
Yeah.
So 15 million people didn't pay fucking anything to play it. Got it.
But they still played the game and got eyes on. So but what's the other game in that world where basically you're screwing with time, you can stop time. And the game I haven't been able to complete because the last boss is a bitch that's in that same universe. I can't think of the name of it.
In Control's universe?
Yeah. I can't think
Isn't
of the
Alan
name of-
Wake and Quantum Break
No,
also in
it's
that
not-
same universe?
Well, it's Quantum Break is the one I'm thinking of.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
they're all.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know they were shared universe. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're shared
they've come
universe.
out and said that that's a unified control. That's the same universe as a unified world. So, yeah.
Okay.
Looking forward to this next game. What's his name? I think it's called Crimson Moon. Is that the thing?
Mhm.
Yeah. What's his name? Said they like Crimson Moon here. Who was
Yeah,
it?
it looks pretty cool.
But okay, yeah. RPG88 says he liked Crimson Moon. RPG says I love Crimson Moon showing. So this was Crimson Moon. It just looks
I wouldn't
like
say loved, but it looks fun.
But at this point, it also is talking about things that look repetitive. It sort of looks like another one of these types of games. It just
I mean, I just hope it's like a $40 game, because if they want $70 for that, I ain't paying out.
like now these games, while fun, still are getting long in the tooth. Like you have to show a reason as to like it looks good. It's again, I don't know. He says a favorite showing of the event. He said, Crimson Moon was his favorite showing of the event. That is interesting. So, all right. Well,
And he likes dudes.
maybe he does. Now, then we had this game.
We already saw that at the Xbox Developer Direct. So
Yeah, this. So basically, what's the guy? Game Freak is shitting on him. Basically, is this Game Freak pretty much telling Nintendo, "Hey, buy your chips from another supplier besides Lay's"? Like what the? I know RAM chips are high, but that doesn't mean you have to go to Frito-Lay to get them.
Get Ruffles because Ruffles have ridges, baby.
It got more
you
surface
Yeah.
area.
And they don't snap every time you freaking look at them.
I mean, this will be fucking phenomenal if it comes out and it comes out like almost like a 8.5 or higher, and everyone's fucking like, oh my god, it runs great, it's perfect, blah 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 blah, and then they look at the shit show that's Pokemon on the Switch and Switch 2. I say, what the fuck happened here, you know? So, anyhow, goes to show you if you have a little bit of raw horsepower, you can actually do a couple of things with your video game, huh? So there you go. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if your console is using technology from like the late 90s, cool.
Do not insult the technology of the late 90s. We were much more advanced than that fucking Switch. So, yeah.
That's why I
Rayman
don't
is
have
coming
one.
back. Anyone have any great?
Never cared
Yeah.
about this character or any of his games.
No. There was
I
this,
would care more if they said that it was a Cool Spot remaster than, than this fucking thing.
I would rather bring back the 7-Up Spot game. Remember that one?
Yeah, that's what Cool
Oh,
Spot
that
was.
Cool Spot was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fuck that. I want to bring the Noid back with the Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
Or the Chester Cheetah game.
There was a Noid game. Yeah, there was.
Fucking Sneak King was good back with the day with Burger King and the 360. Sneak King was good. Shit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess whoever's interested in it can play it. I guess. Yeah.
It's strictly a nostalgia thing because it's their digital museum. It's all the old game. It's the old games.
Dude, they're
Yeah.
giving you mobile versions, like the
Yeah.
game that you played on your freaking Nokia phones. Like, who the fuck wants to play that on a TV?
So the next game was from Yacht Club Games. This is their new one. It's basically kind of like a ripoff of what was that? The Legend of
Your favorite
Zelda. Minisoria or something like that. But Yacht Club Games, I mean, Shovel Knight was fucking phenomenal. This might, I think the demo's out already. So,
You're talking about are you talking
This
about
looks
Mina
it's
the
just like a
Hollower?
cozy game.
yeah, it looks like a cozy game. It will be something cozy. We'll probably end up playing it. Probably cozy.
Yep.
Like, I ain't gonna play Yacht Club Games because so okay, well, okay.
Please don't ever do that again.
So, I'm actually looking forward to this game. It's really well done.
I'm not.
I know you guys are not into this type of game. I am. I played Neva, and
Just like the first one, I ain't never gonna play this one. I never played the first one. I ain't never gonna play this one.
Okay, well, it's one of these like mindless games. Like, okay, when you guys end up playing Power Wash Simulator, this is the type of game that I go to. This game, Limbo.
I don't play
it's
Power
fine.
Wash Simulator.
I got all but one achievement on that game. Leave me alone.
So wait,
It's 'cause
I
you
got all
play
the
with
fucking
Justice's
achievements
right
on
hand.
Neva too. God damn it! Shit, what are you talking about? So yeah, but it's a beautiful game. It's really relaxing. It's very chill. It's maybe not for most people who watch podcasts.
Yeah, it's just not my
Who-
speed.
Yeah.
It's really not for most people who like play good games, But
Oh,
yeah.
whatever.
Says the man who plays Power Wash Simulator regularly. So
Nope. Got my achievements. I'm done. Thank you.
this is an interesting game. This is made by the Tenchu developers. So this is probably going to be the closest to Tenchu we will ever get.
The Yakko Wacko and Dot.
Yeah, the Yakko one of her.
Yeah.
Shueisha
Fucking
Games. I'm
anime
thinking
nerds.
it's the same company, so Shueisha who releases the Dragon Ball stuff in Japan. So I'm thinking this is their gaming division. And yeah, this is about like I enjoy Tenchu, but I don't know how well Tenchu.
Yoshida.
Huh? What now?
It says owned by Shuhei Yoshida.
No, actually, that might be a thing. Maybe it might be. It might not be Shueisha, the Japanese people who make that. Maybe he might. Motherfucker, he's paid, right? So shit, he might be like, okay, I want to throw my own hat in
He's
the ring.
retired, yeah.
Yeah, I might be. You never know. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how well Tenchu would carry forward to the 21st century. I mean, that was a game for its time. This really closely reminds me of that. I mean, it looks cool. It looks intriguing. I hope the gameplay mechanics or the gameplay loop still holds up in our current environment. But the proof again will be in the pudding. So, but it looks intriguing for what it showed. So, if you're like an old school Tenchu fan, there you go. Anyhow, but looks good. Nonetheless, somebody will play it. Okay, here we go. Here
Project Windless,
is
the big cock game.
the big cock. This is when Sony showed its big cock. to everybody. So there you go. Yeah, Windless. From ironically enough, probably the game of the show for most people on Twitter. Everyone has been like going rampaging over this game. It's like, oh my God, it looks so good. Oh my God, you play as a chicken. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, okay, well.
I think it looks like Dynasty Wars, but actually good.
Yeah, it does. It actually looks
it.
really fucking good.
I want a mod where you can put Peter Griffin on the other side. Okay,
Well, it's coming on Steam, so leave it to the modders. They're gonna figure out something. I will be shocked if a modder doesn't come in and do something with that fucking main character.
All kinds of jiggly physics.
Oh yeah, I swear to you, God, the modding community, if allowed, is going to have a fucking field day with this game.
Oh, dude, the modding community is out of their fucking minds. I remember for Resident Evil 2 remake, you had Mr. X as Thomas the Tank Engine, and just like ridiculous shit.
Or don't forget, famously in Skyrim, they made the dragons into they made him into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah. The modding community is out of their fucking mind.
And yeah, I love every bit of it, man. That shit is still, to this fucking day, is funny as all get out. You know, still, you know, if you've never played the opening sequence of Skyrim with the modded dragon as Macho Man Randy Savage, you are missing an integral component of your gaming life. Go play that fucking mod now. I swear to you, God. To this day, that is the best intro in any game I've ever fucking played. To this fucking day. And it's because of Macho Man Randy Savage as the dragon. I'm sorry. You know, when the dragon comes in and you hear Macho Man Randy Savage, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm down day one. So
please don't never do that again.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. Okay. Let's not do that again in here. So, Cock of War. I think they should have called it the Cock of War. You know, I think they lost an opportunity here. They like, it sort of like lends itself to that, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it translated from, but Project Windless, which is the actual name of the game,
really?
It really makes it has no meaning. What's that mean? What, you know?
That's not a working title.
No, that's the name of the game that they gave, Project Windless. That's
very strange.
But it has
especially for an Eastern dev.
Yeah,
but it has no date. It had no date at all, no year, no nothing.
Yeah, just like what do you call it? What the hell is the one that's coming out? Phantom Blade Zero had a completely different name for a while.
Yeah,
this game, I am down day one for this game because of Pod fucking Racers. This is like, I think, the spiritual successor to that N64 game.
I mean, they've pretty much said that when they give you Sebulba in his Pod Racer.
Yes. Where do I sign? I'm day one. Day one, I'm coming in on the beta for this motherfucker. I can't wait. I just hope the mechanics still hold. They hold up to the mechanics, but from what they showed, this is fucking stellar. I love
it. It looked like they did. I mean, from what we could tell.
I can't wait. I just like Star Wars games where you're in the ship. Like, I've always enjoyed, like, what was that game? X-Men versus TIE Fighter. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed, what was that new Star Wars? What was that new game, that Star Wars game that just came out recently, where you're just flying in space? It's just
the
Star Wars Squadrons, but Rogue Squadron for N64 was better.
Yeah, well, but the
recent game flew much more like the original X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. The flight mechanics and stuff were there, which they've been missing in the video. But what they've been missing in the video games, because you can't do the same stuff with a stupid little, control.
No, not with a fucking N64 controller. Hell no.
Who's making this game? Is it EA? Is it the publisher? Is EA the publisher on this?
I'm looking it up right now, as a matter of fact, and I don't think so, because remember, EA lost their rights.
EA lost the Star Wars license. Yeah,
I thought they lost the exclusivity. It's Fuse. I think it's a Fuse. I think that's what it said. Hold on, let me pause it here. Yeah, I mean, it looks fine. Okay, all right, this one, secret mode. Who's that? Fuse? Is that Fuse? FUSE? I've never heard of any of these guys, but
It's like these death metal bands that have names you can never fucking read because the letters look like fucking
hey,
someone having a heart attack.
As long as they know what they're doing and what the game that most of the gamers who are going to be playing this game are going to reference back to, at least the older gamers. So yeah, and I mean, there's no reason for
the only reference you're getting is that Sebulba thing. Other than that, it's all going to be different because everything else there isn't even a pod racer. They're all just these weird little ships. The only pod racer is Sebulba's and that one like egg looking dude. Everything else didn't really look like a pod racer.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like hoping that,
I think that's why it's called Star Wars Racers and not Star Wars Pod Racer.
But it does look like that kind of racing platform.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
pods.
yeah. I just think that they're not limiting themselves to pod racers specifically, so it gives them a little more leniency in the types of designs they can come up with. Because everything in the pod racer game is pretty much like a little chariot, right? With your like two engines or multiple engines.
The developer is Fuse Games, and the publisher is Secret Mode.
Well, hopefully they have some of those N64 developers in tow or whatever. But
they're all dead, bro. What are you talking
about? Don't make me sad. Come on. It's Saturday night. I'm podcasting about video games. I'm already sad. Okay. Come on now. Don't make me sadder. All right. Yeah, 007.
00 Uncharted.
It looks like it. It's Uncharted. Yeah, pick your choice. Tomb Raider or whatever. But it looks cool. It looks interesting. It's still it looks more like Ethan Hawke than it does 007.
Yeah, he definitely is not a Bond for me. But I mean, we'll see if the game could be cool. It doesn't, other than the James Bond music, it doesn't feel like a James Bond game to me. I don't know why.
It's a younger Bond. It's the beginning. He doesn't have his 00 at the beginning of the game.
No, I understand it. That's why it says find out how he got the number, whatever the fuck it says in the marketing.
Yeah,
I understand that. It just God.
Go ahead. No, Newf came in. So
by the way, just so you know, Fuse Galactic Racer is their first game, so this could be make or break for Fuse.
I do hope it works out for him because, like, I really am looking forward to that game. So,
but it does look like it's. I bet you it's one of those like you and me who remember playing the Pod Racer game back in the late '90s, early 2000s, going, we need a sequel to this, or we need this game again. So, because that's what it looks like. So hopefully that's where they're going. So,
all right. So Konami finally decided to wake up and make games that are not pachinko machines. And
Konami had their own fucking direct within the their own state of play within the state of play, dude. Yeah. Like 30 minutes of the hour is just Konami games.
How's that meme go? We put your state of play in your state of play. We put our state of play in your state of play. There you go.
By the way, it was an hour and 15 minutes. It was a hell of a long thing.
But
but the reason why, and I was telling my buddy Real Gamer this, the reason why is because you had a lot of these Japanese developers, and they love to talk about their games after they show their game. So like you have a trailer for a game, like regular game, like the chicken game, and that was it. But then you come to Konami, and it's freaking 6 minutes of showing you that they're doing a collection of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4, whatever the fuck it is. And then it's the Japanese guy talking over the video they just played as he explains to you that it's a collection of the games that they just showed you it's a collection of. It's like there's just so much wasted. Game after game, it would be like, here's the trailer for the game. And now here's this guy talking about the game he just showed us while showing us the video that they just showed us. Dude, there was like at least 8 games that did that. I was like, dude, what do they do? And that's why it was an hour and 15 minutes. This could have easily been wrapped up in 40.
Noof says, you old fucks should join us at playing Gears 5 tomorrow night. So yeah, Noof is doing a community game night at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So yeah, playing Gears 5. So please join him. So. All right. James Bond game? That James Bond game going for Tom Holland vibe with that actor. You mean
actually? I'm looking forward to the James Bond game, as you know.
I'd rather play the James Bond game. He goes to Q and gets new types of bongs. This bong
I think it looks fun. I just didn't look like in my head what I would envision as a James Bond game, but it looks fun because I like Uncharted games, and that looks very like Uncharted, so I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't know when we're getting another one of those anytime soon, so I'm cool.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's going to be.
I ordered the big boy edition because I want that golden gun figurine.
You just want that big ass gun, that's what I'm saying. All right.
You know, you
It's
could have gotten
it's
someone.
a itty bitty. Have you ever seen The Man with the Golden Gun? With
Yes.
yeah, it's that gun. It's the one with the lighter, the pin, and the cigarette case. And
Okay,
You know
so
they make
New says
replicas
if
of
you
that
give
gun,
that
you
state
could've just
play
gotten
anything
the
less
gun.
than a B, not sure what you're saying about your taste in games. Yeah, it would definitely be a B. I would say probably more like a B plus for like anytime I walk away from any showcase that is like leaves me with 2 or 3 games that I'm eagerly anticipating to play. That's an A.
Yeah, but
That's an A in my book.
two or three games in an hour long state of play. I mean, me personally, I give it like a 7. And that's, I think, because there were a lot of, I think, announcements that were games that were already had knew were coming out. Pragmata, the one that was in the Xbox Developer Direct. This Metal Gear Solid Collection's like cool. Like there's a lot of
this
things
was
like
the
that where it's
collection
like,
2, which I have
yeah,
zero interest in.
yeah,
Collection 1, I want to get. Collection 2, I saw that and I went, yeah, I
right.
have no
Like
reason.
Fucking what's his
I
name
don't,
erupted over Twitter. Loke went fucking crazy over the announcement.
I don't care about collections unless they're like complete remaster or complete remakes, which I'm sure we'll get into in a little bit. I don't care about just collections of the games that look just like they did 20 years ago. I don't care. So there was a lot of things like that. Then there was just some games that weren't for me, like the Genshin Impact style games. I think for me, like Kenna, I was like, yes, day one. The chicken game, I was like, yes, that looks awesome. And then, I mean, really, there was not a whole lot in there where I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Holy shit, this is awesome. Resident Evil 8, we've seen that before a lot. Soros looks great, but we've seen that a lot before. So it's like it wasn't a whole lot of new. And even the big thing, the big, holy shit, this was the end thing. It's like, yep, but early development, don't know anything about it.
Yep.
Can't see anything for it. So it's like, I'm hyped, but when we get into there, I'll give my reasons why I'm excited, but also like when we get to it. But that's why I was like, it was cool, but like it wasn't like S tier or A tier. It was like it was long, but it wasn't like the greatest thing ever.
I gave it an 8, but see, I don't always I don't base them on necessarily what interests me, because I know that either because of my lack of ability to play or just my lack of interest, there are a lot of games that aren't going to interest me, but I know that a lot of people are going to like it, and I can enjoy what they showed about the game. Even those Genshin Impact type games, they look really cool, but as soon as I see that fighting style start up, I go, yeah, all I play.
Yeah,
that.
but see, I can't.
This is why I like New.
support
Okay,
other
look,
people,
read
though.
this. Look at this. That show had a game with a big cock and another with a small octopussy.
Oh, dude, that was the other thing, dude. That Metal Gear Solid thing was going on. Like I said, I was talking about. It was going on for like 6-7 minutes. I'm like, dude, why are they still talking about it? We get it. It's a collection. Move on. We got, it was only an hour. Let's go. Move on. Move on. Then the dude came out talking about the collection. I'm like, dude, we get it. The collection. Move on. Move on. Then another 2 minutes to show us a fucking octopus wearing a fucking eye patch. I was like, what are we doing here?
That
Why
game
are we
actually,
wasting
that
time?
game looks fun.
Why are we
I don't know.
wasting
It's
about the
already
whole
out,
thing.
isn't it? Oh my God, Darwin's Paradox. Is this the octopus game that plays like Metal Gears?
Yeah, Darwin's Paradox, where he's got Snake's eye patch and headband. Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta play this. I mean, this is a back catalog game, but it's intriguing.
It's probably not a game I will be able to play, but it looks fun. It looks like Did y'all
ever play that game a long time ago called Octodad Dadley's Catch or something?
Octodad, yeah.
Dadley's Catch or
It's
something.
one of those silly games where you gotta just like grabbing random shit, slapping it all over the place. Like my nephew played one of those games on the VR where you gotta like make sandwiches and shit, and you're just slapping shit all over the kitchen. He had a ball. I was like, shoot me.
It has no story. It has no plot. It has no weapons. It has no upgrade path. Get me out of this fucking game.
Now,
It doesn't have to have those things.
The
though.
next game on the list is why Wize didn't have a show last night, because he was still wet after he saw this.
The next game? Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Castlevania,
yeah.
Belmont's Curse.
Yeah. I'm
That's
sorry,
why we
man.
didn't have a show. Didn't have anything to do with the water.
I said we had a leak. I did not say I had a leak of water. Okay? I said something was
This
leaking in
is
my
true.
house.
It didn't say. No, you did say it was in the walls.
Oh, I did say it was in the walls. I'm sorry. Well, when you get as excited as I do, sometimes it lands on the wall. What can I say?
Only if you're leaning against it at the same time.
Yeah, I'm 50 years old. I'm not getting the distance that I used to, but it's still good enough,
Or ever got.
It's like, oh my God, I just got a visual picture of that. Stop.
Why are you thinking like that, fag? That's a you problem, dude.
But as soon as I saw this game start, I was like, oh, Wize is going to be all over this shit.
This game. Oh my God, this game crossed every I, dotted every T. This was the reason I give it a B or a high B, because of this game. I am looking way forward to this game. I like the art style. I've always liked Metroidvanias. Castlevania is boss. Yeah, I mean, if you are an old school, Symphony of the Night fan, how can you not look forward to something like this? So,
I just feel like we get a bajillion Metroidvanias every fucking year.
Yeah, but we don't get a bajillion Metroidvania based in Vania. That's the problem.
Just because it's in Vania doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
Well, if you play a game from Metroidvania comes from Metroid and Castlevania. So if I can play a Castlevania or a Metroid, I want to play that game. The originators of that genre,
I'm well aware of this. Yes, and George Lucas made the prequels.
Yeah. You know that he didn't. He phoned it in. Apparently you didn't see the prequels. So
I wish if I could go back in time and go, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. I remember back in the day when he released 4, 5, and 6, the rumor was, he has prequels he wants to make, but the technology is not there yet for him to, fulfill his vision or see his vision. Then it comes out and you're like, that's his fucking vision?
No, we knew. Well, no, we knew we were in trouble when he did the digital re-releases, because remember, you can't get the originals anymore.
Yeah.
I think he still has the 35 millimeters originals, and in his save, they say that it's like an heirloom for his family. They won't
see the light of day.
Yeah, and Spielberg did the same thing with fucking E.T. Man. First of all, they took the walkie-talkies out of the cops' hands. Ooh,
no, not the walkie-talkies.
Yeah, they gave them walkie-talkies.
No, they took the guns out and gave them
walkie-talkies. And then they pretty much overlaid all the animatronic E.T. with CG, so he would be more expressive and lifelike. It's like, newsflash, dude, that thing looks less real than the puppet that's fake as shit. Mm-hmm. Like, it loses all the charm, and but now you can't find, unless you have it on DVD or whatever, or a Blu-ray. I don't even think there are any Blu-rays of the changed version.
No, I think he did. He put them back. No, he reverted back. He wised up. Can't say the same for Lucas, but
by the way, news with that comment. By the way, you're about to get a box. The fact that it's ticking, pay no mind, just open it.
Not only the ticking, he's shit in the box. So when it goes off, yeah, it's gonna.
Oh shit! Hey, so Noof is not a Castlevania fan. Castlevania is one of those things. It's such a niche game that I was kind of surprised they did the 2D. I thought that trying to get more people into the Castlevania, they would do some like third person open world type thing. But then
I love Symphony to the Night. I love Symphony to the Night and all that, but like I just I'd like to, what do you call it, the Prince of Persia, the Lost Prince. It was cool. And even Metroid, what was it called?
Dread.
The Metroid that was like that. Dread, yeah. I mean, they're okay, but like I've never really been super, super big on Metroid, especially like later in my life. So it looks all right. But again, like, it really, what's it gonna cost, right? If it's like a $10 game, I might play it.
But when you're saying your coordination will no longer do that shit, yeah.
Oh no, that's not the issue. So like I look for different things in games these days, and then that.
Well, I don't know. I like my more simplistic approach. Sometimes, less is more, in my opinion. And again, it's one of those genres that you either are sort of like gravitate towards it or you don't. And it's, I mean, it is what it is. All right. Silent Hill Downfall.
It's 2026. I just like playing games that look like they were made in 2026. That's all it is. Like all those other games still exist and they play the same. Hey. Like that Castlevania game looks just like the Castlevania games that came out on fucking Super Nintendo.
And that's fine, because that's what I want to play. And that's fine.
I think I'll play the one on Super Nintendo.
I played them all. I want to play a new entry in the genre, because I already know all the secrets. I know all the hidden things and all the shortcuts.
I know. I just like the idea of trying to push the genres forward or finding what the next evolution of it is.
Well, because they've never really found a way to implement the gameplay style of a Metroidvania to a third person and with whip mechanics. I just don't think I don't know. Nobody's really been able to sort of pull that one off. I mean, the closest has just been those open world games, but like having like different rooms, they tried. Remember back in the day with the whole Castlevanias, try to make it a 3D Metroidvania, but it never panned out for them. So yeah.
There's so many Metroidvania games out now that are third person action games. That I don't see why they couldn't if they tried.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're just trying to test the waters to see if the IP is still valuable. So they're trying to go in and try to make something that is less...
the new God of Wars are all Metroidvania.
Yeah, I mean, and see, that's the thing that doesn't understand for me for God of War. Like, is it a good game? Yes. Do I like it? Yes. But then again, I'm a minority when it comes to that type of gameplay. And to make a God of War in a Metroidvania style, while I enjoyed it, I would not think that it would sell a lot apart from the fact that it's a God of War. And I think that's what's going on. Like on Twitter, a lot of people are showing screenshots, but it's like, okay, yeah, I'm playing God of War, this thing, and they're like, okay, whatever. They're like, okay, they're playing it because it's God of War, but they're not really. I don't know if they're really enjoying it, but oh well. Anyhow, Silent Hill Townfall.
No, I'm not talking about the freaking Sons of Sparta. I'm talking about like actual 2018 and Ragnarok. Those are Metroidvanias.
Would 2018 be a Metroidvania?
Yeah, there are a whole bunch of areas that you can't access until you get equipment and things from other areas later on in the game and the shortcuts that you access.
Yeah, I guess I can see your point on that regard. I guess, yeah. I mean,
other than the fact that it's not a 2D fucking map, it's the same thing. It's going back to areas you've previously been to with now
but the areas are not like
you didn't previously have.
But the game is the map. The game in a Metroidvania is the map. I would argue. Like if you're,
right. That's but the main mechanics of those was the fact that you would come back to areas you've already. Before that, you ran off the screen in the game and you never came back. That's the way all the games were. It wasn't until you got to games like that where like you would come back to areas you've already visited with new abilities,
right.
Weapons or shit that now access places you couldn't previously access.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
This is true. You have to get some. Yeah, like that is the loop of a Metroidvania. You go to a certain extent. You hit a brick. Well, not a brick wall, but you hit a unpassable prop thing, and then you sort of circumvent that, and then you come find a way of sort of, overcoming that.
With some new ability upgrade or whatever it is.
So
power spell.
I guess I could see your point. But at the same time, it's just like I don't know. It's like. I guess they did it because it's just more economical to make a 2D game to gauge, player interest versus a 3D game. I don't know. And it's Konami. Konami is such a fucking asshole of a company that I'm really grateful that they made anything in their original IP. So it is what it is. So yeah.
Just be happy, like you said, that they're not making the pachinko machines anymore.
That is the thing.
And not anymore, but that they're not solely making the pachinko machines.
It's like you expect so little from some developers that when they make something that is actually like sort of competent, you're like, fuck. So and Konami's one of those people.
By the way, you've been to Japan. Have you ever been in one of those pachinko rooms?
Too many to count, man.
How do you not walk out of there with a big flaming headache from all the noise?
I don't go in. Yeah. I mean, my friends go in there. A lot of my cousins
also, if we're being real, isn't a 2D old school Castlevania game like the bare minimum?
Yeah, it would be. And to be honest with you, that would be more. I would really like a old school 2D Castlevania where we go to the door and it stops and then it opens the door and you go through and then you have the next level and the next level and the next level. I mean, I enjoyed it. I used to enjoy the Castlevanias 1, 2, and 3. Well, 3 definitely because you get to choose between like a sub character. Like you had the guy who used to crawl on the walls and you had the woman who was a mage guy and then you had Alucard who turned into a bat. I enjoyed 3. So I wish they would go back and revisit that gameplay loop again in the Castlevania franchise. So
always drives me when people think they're being really cool naming their character Alucard.
Yeah.
Okay, Dracula backwards, you moron.
Well, then some people have still not added.
I learned that from Monster Squad.
Do you know there's still people on this planet that do not know what Alucard backwards spells?
No, but that's where I learned it.
All right. speaking of archaic Japanese RPGs, this is another one. Actually looking forward to it. Revniar. It's a new RPG from Konami. So don't know anything about it. And I know nobody here cares for it, but the fact that Konami's making anything that's besides pachinko, it's like, you know.
I thought it was revision no infrared. I misunderstood.
The way I feel about Konami is the way I feel about some of my students. It's like, you know, they're like a D, F student most of the time. So when they get like a C minus, you're like cautiously impressed. You know,
then they got implants over summer break.
Yeah. You come in, you bring up a cupcake. This is for you. Good job.
Then you start looking at their test paper and you're looking at the people who they sit adjacent to, and you're like, okay, how much of this shit was copied by?
Yeah.
It's like you start figuring this shit out, you know? And that's exactly how I look at Konami. It's like,
he even put the other kid's name on his paper. What the hell?
It's like, yeah. That's what I feel about Konami. It's like, I expect so very little from this company that the fact that they are able to announce all of these games in succession is a pleasant surprise. How about that?
They are throwing out a lot of shit to see what sticks. Okay.
Exactly. And they don't, and all they're throwing out is the thing that's the most economical. They can make Metal Gear 4 and 5 or whatever they're doing. They can make a 2D Castlevania. And yeah, we got an RPG in the works, and somebody in Japanese people will eat this shit up. So yeah, it is what it is. So, but that's Konami. So yeah, that was the fact that they had anything was amazing for Konami. I was like, wow,
they had everything. What are you talking about?
They had the fact that they had anything from Konami. I was impressed. I was like, they're making fucking games. I'm impressed. You know, that's not a pachinko machine. That's impressive.
Yeah. The pachinko palaces are what's funding those games, I think.
Yeah. Okay. John Wick. Guys, give me your takeaway.
Looks cool.
Looks impressive.
I mean, it looks cool. It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, it's a very early version of it. And
yes.
Yeah, we saw some basic fighting and stuff.
Okay, guys, we're going to have to go back to Konami for a second. Okay, we got to go back to
that. We're done talking about Konami.
No. We have to go back to Konami because of the person who just joined the stream.
I don't give a shit about Loke. Move.
Loke! He's still muted.
We know he's going to glaze the collection.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Hello. Super, move to the left.
So thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. I was waiting for your take, and I was very disappointed that the fact that we talked about this whole Konami thing with Metal Gear Solid 4 coming out and how you literally fucking erupted on Twitter. Fucking shit wasn't announced.
Yeah, man, I fucking lost it, man. I lost my
your take, buddy. Your take, buddy. So let me give you my 2 cents. I'm a Konami fan, but not for the same franchise that you're in. I'm a Konami fan because of Castlevania, and I'm happy that Konami just showed up. I mean, as I was telling them earlier, like it's like, you know, you have a student in your class who's a DF student, and then they do a C- test. You're like, wow, that's fucking impressive, man.
Listen, this wasn't a C-, bro. This is one of those A pluses that you're like, I don't know, did you cheat? Exactly. Who were you sitting
He copied the exam. He copied somebody. He copied his old
dude. No one expected Metal Gear Solid 4. No one saw this coming.
How did you mean nobody? That's okay. I got to push back on that. That's straight bullshit. They made a volume 1. Obviously, there's going to be a volume 2.
Yes, but no one knew what was going to be inside of volume 2. And don't come to me with this business of again, Paul. This would be a very easy take if Konami was a common sense company, right? Konami is the company that locked the best Metal Gear on a console that had the worst reach in terms of the PlayStations. And they did it not only for the PS3 generation. When the PS4 generation came around, they were like, yeah, let's keep doing that stupid shit. Let's continue to do that. the PS5 came out, they were like, yeah.
And then my introduction to Metal Gear Solid is what's considered the worst one is Phantom Pain. Let's give him Phantom Pain.
Yeah,
It's like shit. Your ass want to know about Phantom Pain? Let me tell you about Phantom Pain.
Bro.
That was not a game who made me say I want to play more of this. No,
I actually have Phantom Pain.
Dude, it's quite.
You don't know shit about Phantom Pain. I know about Phantom Pain.
So yeah,
Very true.
Cerebro, in terms of common sense, yes, 100% I'm behind you. But Konami has not been a company of common sense for at least 10 years now. So this was shocking. This was shocking, bro.
Telling me you are shocked that they didn't decide to announce Metal Gear Survivor 2?
Shit, I was surprised that they announced a game that wasn't a pachinko machine when they showed Konami.
No, that will be Silent Hill. That's what Silent Hill is for. No worries.
Yeah, Silent Hill's a pachinko machine.
Digital pachinko with loot boxes. There you go. Yeah.
And a battle pass. A pachinko machine.
A battle pass.
And battle passes.
Oh shit! Love, keep
Someone
going,
mute
man.
Fabio. Someone mute Fabio.
Don't give him
'cause
any
he's
fucking
giving ideas.
ideas.
Thank
Yes,
you. That's what I'm saying. Someone mute Fabio, bro. He's a double agent. This guy's.
You're trying too hard,
not an outsider.
Fabio.
Yeah, bro. Settle down.
He's a
Guys,
sleeper
settle
cell.
down.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You never know.
guys,
Yes.
please don't be mad at me about what I'm about to say. Please don't be mad at me.
I'm already in.
I still have not watched the State of Play.
Oh.
Out there.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's hard to watch anything if every time they show Metal Gear Solid 4, you're masturbating. So you know, I mean, come on.
Dude, I was like, okay, so what? Why do I care about anything else? Like, come on. Everything else that was announced, I saw the list on IGN.
No.
Everything
You
else that was
watch the
announced,
State
I've
of
seen
Play, but
trailers.
every time they get to the Metal Gear Solid part, you're done. You turn-
I'm looking,
You've not
I'm
finished
looking
the
for
State of Play.
t-shirt.
That's
I
what
was
you
gonna
want to say.
He's not done. He's finishing. There's a difference there. Yeah.
Oh my lord, you guys. No, but seriously, Metal Gear Solid 4, it's controversial. A lot of people don't think it's the best one. In my opinion, it is the best Metal Gear Solid game because it ties in like all the stories from Metal Gear Solid
Four is my
1,
favorite.
2, and 3. So if
It definitely ties in all the stories because you have to watch 8 hours of it to play 30 minutes of
You mean
it.
the fourth game ties in the stories
Dude.
from the first three?
The fourth game is pretty much a story. It's not a game.
13 hours of cutscenes.
the
I'm pretty sure it's
camouflage.
13.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's like, it's a
Camo
story.
suit.
I was like, you damn Skippy is a
Bro.
story because it sure is not in the game.
That reminds me. I finished Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii. Holy
Yeah.
shit, that thing has some long cutscenes in it. And there's even one mission where you have to go through this guy's 4 dates. And each video, I swear to God, each video was like 10 minutes. There's 40 minutes of
I kid you not.
I'm gonna say
40
something
minutes
that's a
of
bit
watching this
racist.
stuff, man.
I'm gonna say something that might sound a bit racist, but I think it's a cultural thing. The games in the East are not afraid to smack you in the face and say, "Hey, pay attention."
Yeah, no shit.
And I
mean,
love it.
And they
I
were
love
non-skippable. So it's like, holy
Yep.
shit, dude.
Yep.
You know,
D40s.
they were fun. They were fun to watch, but
That's when you scroll through Twitter on your phone or watch a YouTube video.
My guy.
No,
They don't play it.
D487 says
Don't
blame the
play it.
Blu-ray.
Oh yeah. Fuck the Blu-ray, bro. The Blu-ray is the one that has delayed Metal Gear Solid 4.
No,
yeah, man,
that is
I'm
why Metal Gear
excited.
Solid
Well-
4 has so much video content because the Blu-rays were able to add more
fuck
content.
off.
He said blame
No. Have you played Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3? Have you tried those?
actually, I'm installing Delta right now because I've never played it. Snake Eater. I'm installing Snake Eater
Oh,
right now.
dude, it's so good. It is so good.
And with
But
the
MGS4
small add-on, it's 117 gigs. It's like,
Yeah,
holy
worth
shit.
it. Worth it, Paul. Have you played? Is this your first Metal Gear that you? No, it's not your first one.
Well, except for Phantom Pain, but I hear that
Fuck that
Phantom
one.
Pain. I hear was
Yeah.
awful.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Play
Um,
MGS.
How is your Phantom Pain? Is it good?
But yeah, I no,
Holy Phantom Pain is bad.
I will say the only reason I jumped on this though is because after they made the announcement the other day, this one is on sale for 50% off. So I paid $40 for it instead of 80. So
Okay.
Ever since
The correct
Paul, ever
order.
since you've gone to Georgia, man, you've just been spending a storm, man. What's going on?
those were my reward points. What are you talking about?
No, when you get paid to play Forza Horizon 6 and Fable, like you know.
That's what happened.
I think they explained.
He doesn't deny it. Notice he
Nope.
does not deny it.
Nope.
Sorry, Fabio. Go ahead.
I'm going to be playing a game in a couple of weeks too that I am not paying for as well. So there you go.
Nice. Very nice. So, Paul, if the story of MGS3 grabs you, the next game to play is MGS1 and then MGS2 and then MGS4.
Well, they're coming out in August, so
Yeah. So you got time. You got time.
All right, let's talk about this next one. The new Silent Hill Townfall. Anyone have any takers on this one?
Is it a black protagonist?
I have
Yes.
never played it. I've never played a Silent Hill game. And
Really?
I was actually
remember,
No,
I remember I never owned a PlayStation. Well, I owned a PlayStation 3, but never for games, only for the Blu-ray player.
Oh, fuck, man.
Speaking of Blu-ray,
Come on, Paul. Come on.
Fabio, you were
At the
saying?
time,
Integrity.
Blu-ray was new and it was cheap. That was the cheapest, most economical way to get a Blu-ray
Yep.
player.
Yep.
like I was so scared that when you asked like any comments about this new Silent Hill, and I was so scared that the first comment was going to be there's a black dude in it.
Luckily, the
Wow.
black guy is the one who noticed.
And he doesn't get killed in the first 5 minutes. That's pretty impressive.
Like that's why I was so relieved that
Oh,
it was
shit.
you, man, that made the comment.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like Paul. I've never played any of the Silent Hill games. I've just heard that they're awesome. And I'm not going to play this one just because it's a black protagonist. I'm just being honest. Dude, we play video games and we are immersed regardless of what character it is. Right? I cried when I played MGS4 for the first time. Me and my
So you're
brother.
telling
Is
cried.
there really outrage over that for this? Because it's not even like a mainline title. It's a complete offshoot in a
I saw
complete
some
different
people on
area.
Twitter.
I'll give it time
I
for the
saw some
outrage
people
to
on
break
Twitter.
out. Give it time for the
No,
outrage to break out. Yeah.
No, there's some people on Twitter. I saw some
Already.
people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some grifters on Twitter bitching about it.
Yeah, it's a completely different area of the freaking country. It's not like they're taking a main character that everyone knows and loves and race swapping. Like, what the fuck? Who cares?
Well,
It looks intriguing, though.
Earthworm Jim, they made him white. They whitewashed Earthworm.
What's an Earthworm?
He's pink.
Hey, have y'all, speaking of which, to go on a tangent, have y'all heard this whole theory that Nintendo is racist because DK was supposed to be a black guy? Is a black guy
Because they're Japanese.
Have y'all heard that? I did not
Who's
know that was
DK?
a thing. I don't know. They say Nintendo is
I mean,
racist because they made DK the black guy into a monkey. So
I mean, people were saying that Donkey Kong 64 was racist because of the watermelons. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. That's what they say. I don't know. It is what it is.
I think-
All right, let's
I
keep
think
going,
we're- I
guys.
think we're reaching-
Next
I think we're
game.
reaching just a bit.
John Wick game. We don't know the name of it, and we know it's a John Wick game, but it looks intriguing.
Looks better than John Wick Hex. It looks better than Hex.
Yes,
Hex was
for sure.
shit.
I think the only thing is like Paul was saying
Honestly,
before.
this
we
one's
saw
they won't
a
buy it to me
couple-
because it looks
We
really
call
good.
it a couple small, but we call it a couple small clips of actual gameplay, but they were all like one enemy. Like when you're looking at the game trailer, it's like 6 guys, like bam, 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 and all the gameplay sequences, it was like just him and one dude.
And
Him one dude.
and I need to go back and watch it because you know what I didn't see in every John Wick movie. Whenever he took somebody out, he always did the final headshot.
Mhm.
and I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that in the gameplay.
No,
Because
that's not.
some of them he was fucking hitting with knives and shit.
Right. But I mean,
Or
for
putting
the
through
for the
windows.
gun one stuff, remember he always
Yeah.
went back and he did a headshot.
Lit-
Every
Yeah.
He
every
literally
single kill.
He literally kills a guy with a book. That's actually Bojan Majorovic, the NBA player.
My question is, how do they bring John Wick as a gameplay mechanic into a video game? Like a John Wick is like so really fast paced. Unless they make it
I
into
mean,
like a fighter mechanic.
from the combat standpoint, in terms of melee, I think something like Sifu. Like that's why a lot of people are like, "Yo, is Slow Clap making this?" But in terms of implementing also like gunplay into it, that I think is a challenge. I think if you want to make a really good John Wick melee game, I think that's not a hard thing to do.
No, the hand to hand
That-
stuff kind of reminds
right.
me of like the Arkham games. That kind of
Yeah.
boom boom
But
boom boom boom.
but to combine it with gunplay, where you
Yeah.
have to draw your gun from a holster, reholster it, I think that's where it's like, how do they do that and make that work?
And if they
That's where I'm interested.
if they do QTE, then that's going to take something away from the game. In my opinion,
that kills everything. That kills
Yeah.
everything.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing that bothers me. Like John Wick, the cool thing about John Wick was the action sequences.
Wait,
like,
but isn't it Saber Interactive? Isn't Saber
Yes.
Interactive that's making this?
Yes.
So I think the finishing, I'm because they're the ones who made Space Marine 2, and that's one of the best games that came out last year, in my opinion. And one of the things that was very nice and kinetic about Space Marine 2 was the finishes. So if they implement it the same way as they did with Space Marine 2, then I think it'll be fine.
yeah, I mean, again, it's one of these games that you sort of like, kind of like Crimson Desert and Fable. It's like you're cautiously optimistic. It looks intriguing from what they showed, but the proof is going to be in the pudding and the implementation of it. So
Right. And
But at the end of the day, every game is like
because
that.
always like we're showing it right now,
Yeah.
all we see really is a bunch of the fighting and stuff. We don't know anything about the story, about how the rest of it works. Is it open world, semi-open world? Is it on rails? What are we doing? We know nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
But they've
I
hyped
know
us up.
nothing. I know nothing.
But we're interested. They've hyped. Oh, look, it's our favorite Bungie doing a 1990s looking game. So that's it.
Now, okay. I know, Nova, you said that you're not interested in this game. Cerebral,
Which game?
this one that's on right now, the marathon.
Marathon.
Yeah.
I'm interested to watch it burn. I'm interested.
Those who played it said it's a pretty darn good game.
My issue is visually, it looks like an older game. It looks like from the early 2000s. Type.
That's fine. I mean, Vampire Survivors caught fire. Appearance is not everything.
No, but for the type of game they're trying to make it be and who they are, I mean, unless there's a reason within the story that it looks like saying that, okay, it takes place in like 1997. Sweet. Okay, that works. But don't say it's modern and then, especially when they're looking down the sights through the scope or whatever. That looked very 8-bit to me. It looked like 8-bit graphics, and there's got to be a reason for it because the game comes out next month. Unless this is a very old slice, this is.
Well, the
I don't
Server
know
Slam
that it's gonna do well.
goes live next week on the 26th, right? Isn't the Server
Yeah,
Slam from
right.
26th to the 2nd?
Yep.
Yep. So I'm going to dip my toes in and see how it goes.
The
But
Server Slam could make or break this thing, man.
exactly, that is going to be like the proof in the pudding. And Sony has said that they're pretty confident about it, but that doesn't mean anything because like they can be pretty confident about it, then shutter the.
They were confident about Concord too.
later.
So yeah.
Yeah. And now the scary thing is about all this is these companies ain't bullshitting. They're like, okay, if this game ain't getting traction, they're like laying off, like they did with Highguard's developer. They're laying off the majority of the development. They're like, fuck it. We've not seen our ROI. Sorry, you got to go.
Part of that too could be like we always talk about the development team. They may not need all those workers now that it's ready to drop.
Right.
They may not have anything planned for their next steps. So they probably already knew that, okay, after this is done, this job is done, we're looking for work. You know, you know,
And RPG said famously, they said the same shit about Concord. Yep, they were confident about Concord, and well, we know what happened to that developer. Poor, so
I mean, it's not just they were they were confident about Concord. Literally, Herman Host said Concord is the future of PlayStation. So like, holy shit, that's a really shitty future, my man. What the fuck are you
dude, what do
talking
you
about?
expect? These guys are mouthpieces. Like, what do you expect? Oh, this game it's a fucking dumpster fire. I would be amazed if we sold 5 copies.
It should have been a clue that Herman was standing in front of a burning dumpster fire when he said
I
that.
mean,
You know?
just say like we believe it's a really good game, but not the future of PlayStation or something like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's
Well,
like
there he is.
The idiot who, the influencer, whoever said, it's a quadruple A game. There's no such fucking thing, and
no, it's like for example, Jeff Keighley saying, I don't know why people are bothering me because of Highguard, when he himself said in the next 2 days you are
He
going to
tweeted out, "I'm going to take everyone.
Yeah.
I'm going to accept everyone's apologies."
Yeah.
He pulled a John Hammond dude from Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, exactly. Word for word, too. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, KY, you're gonna play. You're down with Marathon Day 1, right?
I'm surprised. Why not?
Because it looks like hot dookie sauce.
It doesn't. No, I don't think it looks. I don't think it looks bad. I just think they're extremely late to the extraction shooter party.
Yeah.
And they're not good enough to take Arc Raiders lunch. So there you go. And until you get
but the pedigree precedes itself.
Not even like a single Lunchable.
They may get a banana or an apple, and that's only because the kid they're stealing from doesn't want the shit.
Like fruit.
A crushed up wrist cracker that got caught in the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Full disclosure, for what they show right here, from what I'm looking at right here, it looks nice. And graphically,
it was their best trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
This trailer looks exactly like the last trailer. That looks exactly like the last trailer. I understand it's marketing. You got to like, hey guys, things coming out for this game that we got that's coming out soon. But like cool. It looks exactly the fucking same as the last thing we saw.
No, it doesn't, because now it probably doesn't have any stolen artwork. Okay.
Oh. So it's just
they cut that out. They cut that out. So yeah.
You could just see the director going behind all the artists.
That was a good
going behind all the artists before they put it together. This is all ours, right? We got this. Yeah.
Are you sure?
You're good.
I'll tell you somebody else who got their lunch money taken in the schoolyard. Minecraft. I started playing Hightail today.
Uh-huh.
Amazing. It is everything Minecraft is missing.
Nobody fucking cares.
Like a game.
Go ahead.
No, I mean it's Minecraft is missing a purpose. Like if you were able to like
storyline.
If you were able to like go and RPG explore and take down dungeons and stuff like that, Hightail is if Minecraft and Skyrim had a baby. And it's really good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's an actual game.
What if so it'd be closer to like if Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft were in the same game?
Ironically enough, for an overhead like Diablo clone, Minecraft Dungeons was extremely competent for what it was. I'll just put it out there.
I enjoy Minecraft Dungeons a lot.
For the longest time, I was addicted to Minecraft Dungeons. Okay,
and that game has got so much DLC, it ain't funny.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to say it has the staying power of a Diablo or a staying power of a Divinity, but for what it was, for the time it was released in, it was competent. It was good. It was like, I would say it was like
it still has an audience. It still has an audience. Yeah.
I mean,
no, I will be quite surprised if they didn't try to invest in making a Minecraft Dungeons 2, because they decided to go with Minecraft Legends and that didn't work out. So they might want to, if we are going to be doing a new spin-off Minecraft game, it should be Minecraft Dungeons 2 or something like
I mean,
that.
it was a good game to play with my kid because he was familiar with Minecraft, and it was like a way for me and him to sort of like get together and play a video game together and stuff like that. So it was a good game for its time. I don't know if it was good. It was good. I'm not gonna sit here and take anything away.
All I know is that, look, we give Rockstar shit for milking GTA 5 that released in 2013.
Right.
Minecraft released in 2009.
But Nova, they paid $1 billion for that IP. They are going to find ways of milking that bitch.
Yes, make a 2.
But
they had.
Hang on.
What was funny is that they made that money up in 5 years.
But what everyone says Minecraft 2, but what would a Minecraft 2 even be?
It would be what Hytale is.
Yeah. Evolution.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to point out though that Minecraft is still cranking out constantly new add-ons,
Yes,
new things that they can do. They still have teams that are working on new materials for Minecraft constantly. I know some people work for the teams, so it's not like they're letting it sit and rot. And
they're constantly adding new content, but it's new things to the game. The same game is the thing. It needs to do something new.
No,
well, I mean that's like saying Fortnite needs to do something new. It's
right. Like
it's more of a platform than it is a game anymore.
What I'm saying though is it's not the same as GTA, whereas GTA has been sitting on their laurels for the last.
No, but for the online, they constantly add new modes.
But here's the thing. What we complain about GTA 5 is the fact that they are literally like, we sold this game on the 360 generation. Now we are selling on the Xbox One generation. Now we are selling on the Series X generation.
We know, but they've gotten lazy. They sit on their laurels. They're putting off GTA 6 as long as they fucking can, And,
well, you put yourself. No. You guys like shitting on these folks, but you put yourself in their place. What does a fucking Minecraft 2? Because the minute you announce a Minecraft 2, your Minecraft becomes irrelevant.
But I guess for me as a creator and somebody who's creative, I wouldn't want on the same team for 12 years and not doing shit.
Well, okay. That's like saying, okay, I'm going to be working on Madden and be pissed off because they're making another Madden. Well, you sort of knew what you were signing up for when you signed the contract to develop for Madden. You're going to be making another fucking Madden in perpetuity.
But Madden does somewhat change every year. We give them.
It's just a roster update.
They've added new modes and stuff. They've added the superstar modes.
And has his Minecraft, has his Roblox, as has GTA Online. So the same argument doesn't hold water.
But when GTA, what they do is they add, here's a new heist. It's in the same building that's been there for 12 years or 20 years, but it's a new heist. Okay.
Yeah, but so how is that different than Minecraft?
I'm not saying it is. But see, Minecraft goes out and they get other licenses as well, just like Fortnite does.
Mm-hmm. See,
that's
when your game becomes such an uber success, a follow-up is very fucking risky, especially for the shareholders.
Well, when they've waited this long, yes.
Well, I mean, that's like saying Minecraft 2 or a Roblox 2. That's never going to come.
No, but that's because, again, and there are things they could do to improve Minecraft in a way. But,
I'll even tell you this much, Cerebral. I don't think there'll ever be a Fortnite 2.
But Minecraft.
No, there won't.
But see, what they did with Minecraft, what they did with Fortnite was they didn't do it too, but they updated the engine and they updated the functionality a couple years ago. If you look at what Fortnite was when it launched compared to what it is now, it's a totally different game visually and play-wise. But they did that without going Fortnite 2.
Well, did Minecraft ever get that 4K ray tracing update yet?
No.
No, it still looks like shit.
Well,
I mean, the one thing that
Like
the problem
even
with
like a high res textures and shit could like at least make it look a little bit better.
Because that's their
No,
style. They want to go for that 8-bit look. That's always been what they wanted.
no, they did change the lighting effects, the light
little,
effects.
yeah, the
Like
lighting,
there
yeah,
was
a
some
little.
there was like an update that is supposed to be like, oh yeah, this is kind of what we managed to do, that reminds you of that ray tracing thing that we were going
Yeah.
to do and then we canceled, but it isn't. It looks nicer, but it continues to be
Yeah,
that
but it's still 8-bit
8-bit
bricks. It's still
style.
8-bit
but you know,
bricks.
like,
Yeah.
but you
Yes.
push yourself. But you put.
Hold on, I'm just saying, what if hypothetically they were to develop a Minecraft 2 that looked closer to what the movie looks like?
No,
Same
Ew.
mechanics.
the problem,
I'm just
here's the
saying.
problem. No,
I'm just
here's
saying,
the
it's something
problem.
different.
Here's the problem. Here's one example that probably would end up being what happens if they make Minecraft 2. Overwatch.
Yes.
It's just
They're
going to
making
be
it, they're making it a hero
Overwatch with a
shooter?
no, it's going to be
Oh,
Overwatch with a 2 in it. It's not going to
yeah.
work, and then they are going to drop the 2, and that's it.
Overwatch, like Minecraft doesn't need a 2.
It doesn't.
Well, and neither did Overwatch. Overwatch 2 is more like Overwatch
Exactly.
1.5.
It is Overwatch. It's like the same
But that's
game.
but that's why they dropped the 2. It's just Overwatch
Well,
now. They
it-
gave
it-
up on this
Well,
idea.
it's the same reason Forza dropped the numbers too. It's going to be an ongoing thing. It's not going to be a same with the Halo.
You mean motorsports?
I
You
mean,
mean
there are
motorsports.
certain games I don't think need a sequel. I mean, for example, I do not think there should be a No Man's Skies 2. I don't think there should be a Forza 7.
Sea of Thieves too.
They could make a sequel to No Man's Sky and called it Man's Sky.
Oh, oh Lord.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just like, okay, but from a financial perspective, look, if I'm an investor in Mojang, right? Or not Mojang, say let's say Take-Two, and their biggest cash cow is GTA Online. And they're going to come to me and say, okay, we're going to make a GTA 6. The problem of GTA 6 is not GTA 6, or the problem of Minecraft is not Minecraft 2 or Fortnite 2. It is the movement of the population base, because you are so accustomed to a more steady, financial stream thanks to, their monthly recurring revenues because of Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever, to say, okay, I'm going to make a sequel, fund a sequel, and that sequel has to be markedly better than the original, and then I'm going to take all of these population of people that were in the original and move them into the sequel. That is a big ask.
Well,
because
that's
think
why-
about
that's why-
Minecraft.
that's
How
why
many
that's
years
why
did
I'm
it take for
saying-
them to develop
Well,
this population pool? And you can assume
that-
that if they make a sequel, a hard reset, that is not going to happen anymore.
But that's why I'm saying, especially for GTA 6, they've waited so long to
Yeah.
do the next GTA 6 that it's going to be hard to make that move. I don't care how good it is. I know it's going to stun the gaming world or whatever, and billions of people are going to buy it. But in the end, how many of those people are going to go, I really don't want to leave what I built over the last 20 years over here in GTA 5? It's like...
And see, that is a viable concern. I mean, especially when money is involved, and money of that level is
And
involved.
there's a
You're not
lot
talking,
of
guys.
money involved.
You're not talking about $1 million here or $2 million. You're talking about billions of dollars. You're talking
Well, I'm
about
just-
something
I'm
that's
just- I'm just
statistically
talking about the-
significant.
I'm just talking about the individual player as well. If I've over the last 15 years invested literally thousands of dollars into this game, am I going to pick up and jump to the new game just because it's the new game?
Most likely, you're not. And that's the thing.
That's what I've been saying.
That's the thing. And see, that's the problem with these types of games that become so fucking like almost a beyond it. They stop being a game. They become more of a platform. Right. This is the problem.
I honestly think a lot more people are going to move over than you think.
I think not.
I don't think so.
I think it won't happen until they separate. Like, so GTA, like I think a lot of people get when they hear about like all the crazy amounts of sales it has. A lot of those didn't really happen until they decoupled GTA from GTA Online.
They made $1 billion in 3 days with just the game.
No, but yeah, that wasn't all the sales. Like a lot of those sales were after they decoupled them.
No, I'm talking about before the online was even there. It made $1 billion in 3 days, just the game.
Yes, that's fine. The game itself, that's fine. But there's an entire generation of people that are just, for them, GTA is just GTA Online.
Okay, RPG88 says, I'd leave and move over just like I did for Division 1 and Destiny 1. But you see, the problem
It's the new thing.
Yeah, but see, you were only in Destiny 1 for what, 2 years before they did a Destiny 2?
And same thing with the
That's
Division. How many? 3 years? Was it between 1 and 2?
That's a lot different than almost 20 years.
You're hold on. You're also talking about an entire generation of people who grew up when their iPhone 6 comes out and the 7 comes out, they get the 7. Then when the 8 comes out, they get the 8. When the 9 comes out, they get.
That's not true anymore. That's
but
not true anymore.
But
it 100% is for all these.
No,
guys.
it isn't.
No, but
Like,
here's the thing: the mobile market is completely different from the gaming market. You can see to this day that even in hardware, you have this situation. The PlayStation 5 hasn't beaten the PlayStation 4. The Nintendo Switch 2 hasn't beaten the Nintendo Switch, and the Xbox Series X hasn't beaten the Xbox One. So the generations are going to end up. These companies are going to try more and more to be less dependent on just one thing. You need to buy this hardware. You need to buy this game, because they are going to try to make this transition as gradual as possible. Because if it is just abrupt in, okay, we release this game, shut down the previous one so you can force people, they are not going to do it. That's the situation that we are.
And you see, the problem,
I just honestly think that a lot more people are going to. I mean, we'll see. I think a lot more people are going to move over than you think. I think it's going to sell a lot more copies than you think.
I know it is going to, but what I'm saying is, it's not going to beat at first the previous game. Is going
but to think of you're going to get 100% penetration, it's a foolish ask at best. I mean, you are not going. There's a lot of people that have subscriptions to Minecraft or Fortnite, and they've forgotten they got that subscription, and that is a known thing. And that is what, like, a lot of these subscription services, be it Netflix, be it Xbox Game Pass, that's what they count on.
But a lot of remember, there's a lot of new laws in the books that changed that forced them to, check certain things and kill those dead subscriptions after a while.
Where? Is that a national law, or is that a state by state situation?
That's a national law. That's a national law.
There's a national law that says, okay, if you go through like X number of months and you can get a full refund?
Not a full refund, but they have to make it easier for you to cancel. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But they also have to note that if the company, because the company can tell if the account's being used or not. I have to dig it up, but there's ways for them to be accountable for the fact that they're billing people that aren't actually using their services anymore.
You have to look into that, because there's been a lot of subscriptions that I have not used, and I just found out after the effect and canceled it.
But this is all relatively recent. I mean, not like in the last few months, but this is something that they're still banging out.
Okay, well, I mean, I hope you're right, because, like, because I know that is a known thing. That's a known income stream.
I know it's a known thing.
Yeah, it's a known income stream. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, but then going back to I think what RPG88 said, it was easier to make a move from Division to Division 2, or from what was the other game he said? Destiny 2, because Destiny and Division 1 did not garner the commercial success as their sequels did, nor were they like a level of a GTA or a Minecraft. Once you become that level, you do not become a game, you become a platform.
And then again, like I said, not necessarily the level, but the length of time.
Yeah, because GTA took all these people, it took that amount of time to get to the level that they're at right now. And if they force a hard reset, they're starting at square one again. And that is not something that the investors are willing to tolerate, And
to your point, the other cripple, even if
you mean
KY? Even if they jump when the game first comes out, what'll be interesting to watch is to see how many of them end up going back to GTA 5 after 6 months or a year.
Because it would be interesting.
It depends if the online's there or not.
Because that's the thing too.
I'll tell you this much: there's more people playing Mario Kart 8 than there are Mario Kart World.
I think the big thing for GT, I mean, there are more, Switch ones in the wild.
Yeah,
but I also think the bigger thing is to think about with GTA is, I think one of the smartest things they could probably do is just attach a subscription to the online completely. Just make you have to pay for it.
don't they do that already?
I
No,
think the
No.
one major thing, I just checked the numbers. The one major thing that's going to hinder its ability to sell more than 5 is that the overall console install base is smaller than they were in 2013.
yep.
Because the Xbox Series it isn't anywhere near where the 360 was in that generation.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, we finally got to, after Marathon, we got into the true PlayStation stuff. They went through some of the highlight reels, and the first one that they announced in the PlayStation was a more of Soros. Anyone want anything to say about Soros? Any taking?
Looks good.
Good to
It
me.
looks cool. Yeah, looks cool. Next.
Yeah. I don't know. People were being up in arms about the whole, like, if you die, you come back to where you started from, or something that make it a
They
little bit
don't like
But-
that
but-
type
but-
of game, and that's
but-
okay.
But you come back stronger. You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah,
it's like,
that's the way. It's a roguelike. It's the way it's supposed
Yeah,
to be.
like
well,
that's
it's,
like water's wet.
but the way they explained it, it's not exactly a roguelike, but it has some common
Right,
threads,
because
but
you've got
yeah.
permanent upgrades, so every time you're a
Right.
little bit stronger. Yeah, but like, if you don't like it, then if you want to know if you're gonna like it, then play Returnal. If you played Returnal and didn't like Returnal, you're not gonna like Soros.
And I'll say this much about Returnal. If you played Returnal, like when I first played Returnal, it was when the PS5 first came out, and there was also Demon Souls and Miles Morales. And to be honest with you, I dipped my toes into Returnal, and I mean, it was my first foray into roguelikes. I didn't really care for it. I mean, I was like, okay, whatever. And I left. And ever since Metroid was like just hyping it up. And true enough, the Returnal that I'm playing now is markedly different than the one that was launched when the PlayStation 5 launched. But you really sort of have to understand the gameplay loop. You know, it's not, even Returnal is not exactly a roguelike. I mean, you don't come exactly back as the way you did.
People loved Hades.
I mean, that's still roguelike. You don't have to come back.
Right?
There's
Like-
plenty where you have
like, yeah.
upgrades.
Yeah, like again, like Hades, it's a type of game that if you don't know what it like, just do your research.
Right,
I hate when
right.
people don't research games at all. Like, oh, that looks like fun. Don't do any research. And like, oh, this isn't what I thought at all it was going to be. Did you do any research? Like,
And it's-
if you don't like that style of game, or you're not sure what style of game it is, look it up. Because
you know-
you may not like this style of game. But I do think that Soros looks like a much more accessible version of Returnal. I think it's going to be a lot easier for many, many people to get into and to not get discouraged by, because Returnal was pretty fucking hard. And you didn't have permanent upgrades.
Mhm.
Every run was a fresh run. So I think
Right.
that discouraged a lot of people, especially people that were having issues in terms of whether it's, skill issue or whatever it was. So I think the permanent upgrade thing is like, okay, well, a little bit more every time, a little stronger till eventually, however many runs it takes them to beat the game is however many runs it takes them. But I think it's going to be a much more accessible game than Returnal. I think also having an actual narrative that Returnal had a little bit of, this actually has like full-on cutscenes and shit, I think is going to make it just a more accessible game.
I'm
Yeah,
intrigued
like,
by what they
you know,
showed.
one of my favorite was the narrative from Elden Ring was amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
read this piece of paper, you scrub.
Listen, people need to read more. All right, people need to read.
People need to read,
still-
period, not more. They just need to read.
Yeah.
It's been
I-
what, 7 years? I still don't know what that game is about, and nobody can tell me.
I
Yeah.
still can't get
I don't
over
know.
someone who couldn't read linking me to an article to prove their argument, and it just proved my argument.
Oh, I love that.
And then
It's
I was
did you
like,
even-
I
did you
noped out.
read
I
it?
noped out. I was like, I can't have this conversation with you.
No.
In fact, I
best
can't
is-
have any conversation with you because you don't read.
No,
You're illiterate.
The best is that they'll link an article just because they read the headline part, but didn't realize if they read further into the article, it actually was the counter argument to the argument they're trying to make. Happens all the time. See, you dipshit, you didn't even read it.
I've done that to a couple of senators, but did you read what you shared? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, because in the end, it doesn't really matter what's on the Epstein files. You have to read to find out what that stuff is. But
Hey,
just because the economy is doing well, it doesn't matter what's on
But the
the
Dow is up
Epstein
500
files.
points. So
Yeah. The Dow is up 50,000, so it's fine.
So who
Yeah, the Dow is up
cares, you know?
50,000. Fuck what happened to the Epstein file. Fuck those little kids.
Yeah.
Fuck them. As
Well,
Michael
no,
Jordan said,
no,
fuck them
no.
kids.
No, this is the wrong time to use that statement.
Yep. Wrong pun.
Yeah. Don't be using that one, bro.
Oh,
They
shit.
actually want to fuck the kids.
That's how they got in that mess to begin with.
Yeah.
No fucking and no kids in the same sentence. Please stop. Okay. So- all right.
So
Okay.
let's
Who
move on to the
will?
next one. Marvel Tokon.
All right. Yeah. Jay Barry was going ape shit over this game. Fighter, not really a fighter guy. So anyone who is a fighter, are y'all any
What game is
takeaway?
this?
It looks cool.
Marvel Token Souls or Fighting, so whatever the fuck it's called. It looks cool.
It looks nice. It looks.
Fighting
I would
Souls,
love.
yeah.
Why? These types of games, I would rather be a spectator than actually playing it, because if you can watch two people who really know what they're doing, it's almost like artistry in motion. It's like beautiful to watch it.
Yeah.
So
It's very, very flashy. Like for me, it's like the true evolution of like Marvel vs. Capcom almost is what it reminds
It
me
does
of.
look like it.
Right.
It does look like it. I was
It
like,
does.
this looks like Marvel versus Capcom.
Like it looks more like Marvel vs. Capcom than Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
yeah, it does. It does.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Whatever the fuck that was called.
it reminds me of
with the fat Mega Man.
it looks a lot like DBZ Fighters, but with instead of DBZ Marvel characters. So yeah, because DBZ Fighters looked almost exactly as crisp as this did, but it had, of course, Dragon Ball characters in it.
Yeah, no, it's very, very flashy. It like in terms of the animations and stuff, it looks pretty mint.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
I'm just not a big competitive fighting guy, so like I don't like people are always like, oh, these iframes and all this other shit. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you be talking about. Like I just hit buttons.
yeah,
Honestly,
and then they get
this
pissed
is
off when you
one
hit
that
buttons and win.
Honestly, this is one that I got pissed off that it is announced as PlayStation exclusive. God damn it! I really wanted to play this one.
Which one?
This token battle.
Marvel Token Fighting Soul.
Oh,
it's called.
I don't care about this, man. If it's a
And then-
fighting
and then-
game, it shouldn't be 2D. That's how I feel about fighting.
What?
games. Yeah.
This one is 2D. What are you
I
talking
want
about?
another Power Stone.
It's 2.5.
I'm saying it
They're-
shouldn't. I'm saying it should not.
I
be
shouldn't.
2D.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
shouldn't
okay.
be. Got it.
Okay, so we got a Tekken and Soul Calibur fanboy here. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I would rather see
So
a
Calibur
Marvel
3D
game
fighting.
done in the likes of Power Stone. I would think that would be.
Ah,
yeah.
That would be
No.
so much.
I
I mean, I just want Power Stone.
Yeah, Power
So-
Stone was
We already
good.
got
I
that
just
with
want
the what do you call it? The freaking games that are on the Switch. The fucking X-Men games.
Which X-Men games are on the Switch that play like Power Stone? I don't know.
They're on. They don't. No, but they have like a similar camera angle.
Oh,
Where,
okay,
like, the
okay.
characters are really small and shit. I forgot what they're called.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they doesn't play like Power Stone, but like the camera's pulled out really far.
Yeah. The
I
over the
want
head.
Power
And stuff.
Stone.
Yeah. I forgot what that game.
Okay, and then this logo showed up, and everyone collectively lost their shit. Not
I
this
mean,
logo.
unless you have your ear down to the fucking tracks and everyone knew that something like
Yeah.
this was a possibility.
Yeah, and then this logo showed up, and everyone lost their collective shit because they thought that this is it, And then
I
this
didn't
showed
like-
up,
I
and
had
then they
taken a
like,
shit earlier in the day. I had taken a shit earlier in the day. I was fine.
I guess.
and then they showed this trailer 1, 2, and 3, and then people thought that this shit. Oh my god, they're gonna announce the next one, and blah blah blah. blah. But I don't know. But yeah,
They're
this
idiots
is.
if they thought the next one was going to have the Greek music.
It was funny because I was watching the stream and I was watching the chat after the stream aired. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, the next God of War, the next God of War." And then it was like the remake. They're like, "Oh," which again, it's a full remake. So this is officially a full remake, and they got TC Carson from
Oh,
Moesha
sweet.
back. So-
Moesha.
Yeah. But I
No,
I
so,
got
so
his name.
living single.
Living, sorry, right.
Yeah.
Living single.
Oh,
I was one of
the
those.
darkies look alike.
I did not say that. I forgot the
Right.
name. Queen Latifah was in it. I'm sorry.
He didn't have to say it. His words told us he thought it.
At least I didn't say Martin. Okay, at least I didn't say Martin. See you, DC Garden. Yeah, so it's a full-fledged remake from the ground up. And this is one of, apparently, their two projects. Barlog is famously working on something else and has been working on something else since 2018 was released. So, yeah. But this was
a cool announcement, but I mean, they made it very clear it's early development. I think this is like a PS6 title. I don't think we're seeing this thing for 4 years, 5 years. I don't think we're seeing anything. And then are they going to remake all 3 games? Or are they going to make like a remake that's kind of all 3 games melded into one? I can't see them remaking all 3 games.
No, you remake all 3.
I mean, that's what I would want, but I can't imagine them doing that.
There is no fucking way PlayStation or Sony is going to remake 3 God of Wars, put them on the same fucking game, and sell it to you at one price. There is no fucking way. There is a remake, but these are going to come out in iterative cycles. There's going to be God of War remake, God of War 1 remake, God of War 2 remake, God of War 3 remake, and they're all going to be 70 a pop minimum. I guarantee you. I guarantee
it's going to be such a weird thing marketing wise when it comes to the structure and how they're going to be creating these games, because we also have the rumored Egypt pantheon. So if you're going to have 3 full-on remakes, you're looking at what? 3-4 years minimum per fucking game.
Minimum, yeah.
Well, so they probably have multiple. They probably have multiple teams working on it to crank them out.
But they have multiple teams already working on multiple stuff. The Barlog team's working on something. I assume someone's working on Egypt. Then we got a team. But I think Blue Point might be working on these because they were already working on Greek era stuff with that canceled God of War online live service game. So maybe it's like Santa Monica with a lot of Blue Point helping, maybe because like they could reuse a lot of those assets that they created for that to kind of expedite production of those games, possibly. But even then, like you're looking at, okay, let's say we 2 years per game, so 6 years, and then do they do Egypt after the 6 years, or does the Egypt game come out in the middle of when those games release? Like it's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm down for
that doesn't even include the one Barlog is doing. So how fucking big is this team?
Well, I think they have 3 teams at Santa Monica. When God of War 2018 came out, Sony invested a whole fuck ton of money, built them an entire whole building with mocap studios and shit in it. Like they invested a lot of money in Santa Monica around that time. So who the hell knows?
Well,
I'm excited, but again, until we see something.
They've been inconspicuously silent for a very, very long time. In fact, they're really the only developer in PlayStation stable right now that we have no earthly idea what they're working on. Well, before this state of play. So,
Ben is also the same thing. Here's what I wanted to say about this though. That I said at the very, very beginning, like where I was like, I'm excited about this. I'm like, because I'm like, cool. I would love a remake of these games as long as it's like a Resident Evil 2 remake where it's a full reimagining of those games, right?
Yes.
But you think about those games and certain aspects of those games, not that they are necessary, but things like in God of War 3 where you're like banging Aphrodite while there's 2 lesbians topless in the corner, like
they've officially came out and said that they're cutting all of those sex mini games.
Right. So no, you don't have to have the mini games, but just I don't imagine them having anything like that at all.
No, it's going to be PC'd out the game. You know that,
right? And so, like, not that it's required for those games, but it is like part of what made those games and that era of those games. So to strip that away for a modern audience version of God of War, it's like
you lose something in the translation, kind of, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably still going to be awesome,
right?
I'm with Super. There's a very high chance that they're going to bastardize the remake.
What do you mean bastardize it?
They're gonna Disneyfy it.
They stripped too much away because I mean he was just a vicious womanizer, brutal, and like they're gonna tone it down because everyone knows the soft-spoken Kratos now. Like, are we gonna get the rage monster, or we're gonna get Marvel's MCU version of the Incredible Hulk?
You're gonna get the Marvel's MCU version of the Incredible Hulk, the way things are going and the way PlayStation is sort of pandering to things.
We're gonna get a Professor Hulk Kratos, like if that's what we get.
I mean, I'm not trying to be like a Smash JT here, but they've really gone down that whole spectrum and stuff. Like most of all of their major characters are in that ilk of things. So Kratos is like the last of a dying breed of characters they used to make, you know.
But we're also seeing a lot of course correction like that happening in entertainment. So maybe
but there should be something for
that
everyone.
won't be the case. And there can be, but like if you're gonna give me Greek era Kratos, I want him to be like a Greek era Kratos. I don't want him to be this,
but like
you know?
No, but here's the thing. One thing like is not going to be important whatsoever. What I'm about to say here, this is just a rant that I'm going to be having, which is about Halo right now. Which is like I'm glad that at least like it's amazing how the God of War community is capable of fucking accepting that. Okay, the remake is not going to have this, but okay, I can understand that it's a remake, it's going to have some differences, but the game is still going to be awesome. While with the Halo remake, people are really bothered because there's fucking sprints in it, and you can even disable the fucking thing. But they're saying if
come
you
on
can
now,
disable it, there shouldn't be.
But you can't
Fuck
say
off.
that, Fabio. Fabio, when the news came out, when they're stripping all the sex games, people were up in arms on Twitter for this shit. I mean, people are gonna find shit to shit over this. I mean, that's just the community that we deal with right now. You know this.
But that's the fine line you run with a remake is you need to change it enough, but not change it too much.
Okay, but I'm sorry.
That's a hard sell.
Let me ask you something like
this. And that's the difference. The difference is that this is going to be a full reimagining. Halo is different because it's a actual remake of. It's not really a remake. It's like they remade it, but it's the same fucking game, right? It's like Resident Evil 1 remake on the GameCube. It's Resident Evil. It's just got better graphics. It's the same game, whereas Resident Evil 2 remake is a completely different game.
I'm sorry. You want the traditional Greek mythology God of War, and you are not going to be making a hack and slash out of that. You're going to be making God of War 2018.
No. I don't want that combat. And I had this conversation with Real Gamers. It was what I hope they do. As I would like a game where it's more open, right? Less linear, more open, like the newer games, but give us combat like Devil May Cry 5, where we can control the camera. It's not fixed camera angles. We can control the camera, but we get all that juggling combo shit that you get in like the Devil May Cry games. I think that would be a happy medium where we can get the larger open environments, exploration, all that shit, but all that combo and crazy combo that we got in the older era
But
games.
what if they do, as you said, a reimagining and they make it more akin to the current God of War and less like the original God of Wars? Do you think that's a miss?
Yeah, because even though the Blades of Chaos are great in the newer games, they don't play exactly like they did in the older games. And if you're going to try to be, let's be real, the newer games were great, but the older games were way more over the top, bombastic, epic, all that.
Do y'all remember in God of War 2, it was those fucking horses? And you remember that big old statue of a horse and you had to walk on the horse's the cable that was holding the horse?
Oh yeah, the chains. That was so cool.
Oh my God. Can you imagine that shit in a remake, man? That is...
No, what I'm mostly curious actually is the battle against Poseidon in the third game.
Yes.
That's the biggest moment.
Oh my, the beginning where you're riding Gaia and then you beside, oh fuck yeah. That's going to be epic as shit.
That shit and then the new engine.
No, yeah. But if they can, but again, this is something that I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable with if Santa Monica is doing it, if this is the next big Santa Monica project, I don't know how I feel about that. Like I would rather go ahead.
No, I was going to say also, how much are they going to change in terms of dialogue and narrative? Because they're bringing T.C. Carson back to record. It's like, well, you don't have to do that. You've got the audio from the original games.
Well, did they say he was going back to record for the remake?
Yeah. And I think there are going to be new levels, I said, right?
I don't remember him actually saying that, but
I think you're right. I don't think he actually said I'm in the booth recording shit, but I think it's pretty much implied that he's back working again.
The thing is, they probably want the dialogue re-recorded to sound better.
It's equivalent. It's equivalent to the Halo remake. They didn't need to call the voice actor for Master Chief or for Cortana, but
the original recordings may be old enough that they're degraded or they're on.
Yeah.
They could be on magnetic tape. Shit, you know.
All right, so I just
Seriously.
wonder, are they just going to record word for word all the dialogue from their first games? That's it, and then
Yeah.
are they going to like? Because do you think about it, if they're going to have these new games come back, are they going to have like most modern PlayStation games where there's not cutscenes and your characters having conversations or speaking, or because in the God of War games, the old ones, he only spoke in cutscenes, but God of War now he talks all the time, just like contextually, like all modern games
so
do.
does this kid. So does this kid.
Yeah.
He never
This kid wouldn't shut the fuck
But
up.
I mean,
That's the problem.
that's the way most of these modern games are, though, right? Like the characters just contextually talk and add to the story narrative as you're just doing things. So are they going to do that? Like that's what I really want. And again, we're not going to have any answers to this shit for fucking years. I'm just speculating.
I mean that's a really good thing about the previous God of War games. There's no kids in it because you killed your family. Haha.
The original story was kind of brutal. You kill your wife and kid, and they show it, and then you wear their ashes in perpetuity. That's some raw shit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you're a math teacher, but if you go back and look at the old stories of those gods, that's exactly what they were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's probably the coolest thing. The coolest element of Kratos as a character is the fact that he has to wear his family's ashes on for life. That's the most metal shit.
Yeah, that's the shit that like really, like when you're playing the game, the first 3, you're like, what if I had to? If I was accidentally killed my wife and kid, and then as a penance, I have to wear the ashes of their dead bodies all over me. That's some raw shit. I mean, I'm sorry.
And then everyone around you calls you the ghost of Sparta because you're wearing the fucking ashes on you.
Yeah. And you will never escape that, because that is the first thing everyone will see is those ashes. And
then you end up becoming Michael Jackson. No, just
it don't matter if you're black or white.
What if you're ashy gray? Can I be ashy gray?
Yeah, you're all ashy.
I'm just
use some lotion on that shit.
I'm just imagining the situation like the ashes.
So what you're saying is all of this bullshit with
that animation finishes, he just says it's bad.
So Nova, what are you implying is this: all of this shit with Ares being killed, Zeus being killed, all of this shit could have been avoided if somebody would have given his ass a little bit of lotion with some cocoa butter lotion, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you just little ashy Kratos. It's all good, baby.
Well, I would tell him to use some Soul Glow, but he's bald as fuck. So there you go. But this is the thing. If Blue Point is working on it, I guess I have no problems with it. But if they're taking their main group of people playing it, I would much rather see the next installment than go back and, even if it's a remake or a reimagining, if you will, of the original trilogy. I mean, I don't know. I think they could sort of invest their time better. Those stories have been told, and the games hold up pretty okay. I mean, they just need some up-res graphics a little bit.
Now, something else we need to think about. Okay.
Yeah.
If Blue Point is working, again, all speculative, hypothesis here. If they are working on it, the last game they made that was a remake was just the original game with better graphics. So that's what I'm saying. Is this going to be a Resident Evil 2?
That was more of a remaster.
Right, but it's just like Halo Combat Evolved is a remake because they remade the game. More The Last of Us Part 2 remake is a remake because they rebuilt it from the ground.
No, but here's the thing: in the Halo remake, they are going to be adding new missions as well.
Well, they got to, because they got a remaster. They can't remaster the Halo. They got that with the Master Chief Collection. So like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to make is that
Sony does that all the time.
The point I'm trying to make is that it's still at its foundation and core the same game that was before, right? Not a reimagining.
That's what's supposed to be. You are
No, but
doing the same. You are doing the same game. If you
not.
change too much, people are going to complain about it.
No, you're missing my point. But the point I'm trying to make is that when Blue Point last did a remake, which was the Demon Souls remake, it wasn't a reimagined game or a remake. It was really more
Hmm.
of a remaster of the original game because it was the same core game. Nothing had changed. So if Blue Point
Yes.
is working on, and this is this weird place where like we're calling games remakes that are really remasters because they had to build it from scratch, but it's the same fucking game, right? Like if I tear a house down and I rebuild the same fucking house, it's the same house that was there before. Just because I had to
Well,
rebuild it,
no.
we're gonna call
Well,
it
you know, you've heard of the ship of Theseus argument. You've never heard of the ship of Theseus argument? Cerebral, tell him about this. The ship of Theseus argument.
Was he there when they wrote it?
Yeah.
You can tell him, Cerebral. You could probably
No, you
explain it
don't.
better than me.
I'm busy. No, I'm busy.
Okay.
So the point is that we're in, I'm going to hit a thesis. My point is that we're in this weird place where like remasters used to be like it's the same game with better graphics.
Yeah.
Now we're in this weird place where like remake could mean an actual remake, a la Resident Evil 2 remake, or a remake that's really a remaster, a la Demon Souls remake. So which remake are we getting? Are we getting a Demon Souls God of War trilogy, or are we getting a Resident Evil 2 God of War trilogy? Is the point I'm trying to make. And if Blue Point is involved, the last remake they made was more of the the former, the Demon Souls style remake, where it wasn't a reimagining. It was just
but that's what Blue
rebuilt the whole
Point does
game from
well.
scratch.
Even when they
Right,
did
so
Shadow of the Colossus, it was a
all I'm
remake.
saying is,
It's a
all I'm saying is, are we getting A or are we getting B? Because right now, all the people are like, oh, thinking we're gonna get like RE2 remake style. And that may not be what we get at all. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if anything, if their prior pedigree
and
is anything to
PlayStation's
be
already
followed.
shown twice that they've called a game a remake that wasn't a true remake.
Well, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that when Sony announces a remake, it all really means is an upres in graphics or like maybe a new engine in the graphics.
So is that what we should be expecting? Is all I'm saying.
I would probably say if you're a betting man, that would be the one that you would have to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are expecting a lot more grander things, and I don't know that we're necessarily going to get that.
Yeah, and again, they shadow dropped the 2D Metroidvania God of War. I've been playing it. It's good, but you have to like Metroidvania. So if you're not a Metroidvania guy, that's definitely not what your cup of tea. So
I'm really sorry. Like the game, it looks alright, and like I'm pretty sure it is fun and stuff. But like, I'm just really loving the memes. Like there was a guy that actually made a print of the game running on a Nokia, and I was like, "This is so perfect."
Well, I mean, like Bloodstained came out several years ago, and that, to me, in my opinion, Bloodstained looks better than this. I mean, the Castlevania that they announced looked better than this. Generally speaking, Dread looked better than this. But I mean, this is the art style they chose. This is whenever they decided to make greenlight this thing, this is what they wanted. So it is what it is. You have to take it for face value. But for what it is, it's a very competent. Not like, I'm not going to say it's something that knocks it out the park and you got to go home and tell your grandma that you play the next best Metroidvania.
It's not going to get the love that Prince of Persia: The Royal Crown or that Metroid Dread got. It's not going to get any of that. It's okay.
It's a palate cleanser of sorts. It's like it's there. It's there. It's a blip in the system to keep the IP relevant to a certain extent. And yeah, but once
right now, the only reason I even haven't, because I wasn't even going to pay $30 for it, is because Real Gamer gave me 15 towards it, and I was like, all right, cool, whatever, I'll get it. I'll get it for 15.
I had a $20 coupon that I didn't have anything to use it on, so I just cashed out on this one. I said, fuck it. I paid like $20 for I bought the DLC one.
I'll do 15.
Yeah, so
I didn't even buy. Yeah, I didn't pay for the extra for that shit. I was like, I'm getting the base game because I'm gonna play it, and if I even beat it, and I'm gonna eject that shit from my console.
It's a best from what I'm playing in from the prior Metroidvanias. If they're paced like that one, you're looking at most a 35-hour romp on a good day.
35 hours. Okay, I'll calm down.
Well, I mean, 35 hours is not long for Metroidvania, relatively speaking. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't play Metroidvanias.
All right. Last topic. Microsoft is to shutter the social. Cerebral KY. You guys know about this shit better than me. I don't know anything about this whole social thing that they're about to shutter or something. Do y'all know anything about this?
What are you talking about? I have no
something
idea.
about social groups are going to be shuttered in. Xbox is going to be closing down the social groups or something. What fucking social groups? I don't know. I've
Oh,
never heard.
I know.
I think it's just the groups that nobody uses within Xbox. Yeah, well, like
Yeah.
when you go to your console and there's a group of like you could join.
You
You could join a group of Halo players and shit. Nobody
Yeah,
uses
it's
that
a
crap.
group where people are looking to play other games. Like there's a big Forza one, a big
Yeah.
Halo one. You just
You don't need them as long as you have the look for group.
yeah, you don't
Yeah.
need them
Yeah. So I mean,
if you have actual friends too. So
Yeah, so like I mean,
I don't have those, so whatever. Yeah.
it's the big thing is it's like especially after they redesigned the what you call it and they removed like the social aspect of the UI.
mhm.
It doesn't even seem because I used them a lot more when the UI was different. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
more
The
front and
UI used
center,
to-
so you could see it and access it easier.
It was like now it's like I have to go out of my way to do
Well,
it.
if
so
they
it's
buried
like-
that shit in menus, no wonder it sort of died a slow and deliberate death to a certain extent. Nobody wants to sit there and click to a certain extent. They don't want to be
like they were basically it was like you'd see them on your feed and
Yeah.
like it would just be there and you would see the stuff and you'd be like, oh, they're doing an event. And after they changed the UI, I no longer saw that and I just started being like, ooh, out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, so RPG88 says Microsoft does no wrong. It's not that they're doing no. I don't know what this is. I've never used it. I don't even. So they're closing it down. I'm like, what is it? I mean, like these guys know more about this shit than I do.
That
but-
probably
It's
just
the-
means-
it's
it
the
just
looking
means it
for
doesn't get
game.
utilized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't mean it doesn't get utilized as much as it used to or whatever. So
Yeah, well, I think Microsoft is just now streamlining. They sort of now finally realize where their bread is being buttered. The more games they can sell, the better off they are. And I think they're just trying to, like sort of say, okay, we need to double down on what's working and sort of like, cut the fat of things that are not. So,
well, isn't that what any good business would do?
well, that's true.
Well-
I mean, like it is what it is. I mean, to a
Yeah, they're
certain
just
extent.
getting rid of the clubs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Like if you still want to search for people to play with, you just when you're in the game, you just go to the menu and they still have like the
They still
looking
do
for
random
groups.
matchmaking, right? So why the fuck do you need to find somebody to play the game? You just
Because-
play the
Yeah,
game and
but
they put you in a game
back
with
in
a
the-
server
well,
with
look,
people.
You'll want
It's-
dedicated people.
it's an archaic system, Wise. It's games. The games now, like in Forza, when you're in a world and you're racing, you can race by somebody on the track. You can hit a button as soon as you pass that person, and it basically ask them if you can join their group or their convoy. The games did not used to have that sort of stuff. I mean, now you can go in and basically look at the server and ask people or join people or fight, against people. The games didn't used to be like that, so this was their way of getting, giving that a broader stroke were these groups, and they're just not being used anymore now because the games are doing it for you.
Well, no, look for group is still there. The social groups are not. They're not getting rid of look for group.
Yeah, you talk about the clubs. The clubs are going away. Nobody uses the clubs.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, like I don't know, if I've got a club or if I want to go to like some sort of
Unless you live in a shady neighborhood, and you better use a club.
But the other thing is that makes it is like it doesn't matter because the thing is even for games that are small, minuscule players, you can still just go and be like, hey, anyone playing this? And then someone who puts in the game is like, I wonder if anyone else is looking for someone to play with.
Well,
And then you see-
well, and the clubs were more than that too. You could go in and talk about the game, and it
Post
filled a lot of
pictures.
it filled in a lot of the niche that Discord does now.
but more of a social experiment, more of a social aspect than it was anything else. It was more like
Right.
it was kind of like Reddit for gaming. If you was
Basically, yeah.
okay, well, there's
Man,
Reddit.
that reminded me the best social feature that we ever got that got shut down was
Mixer.
the Miiverse. Oh no, Mixer! That broke my heart.
Okay,
That
I
broke
still
my
think the
heart.
best UI Xbox ever made was the Blades. That's just me. I mean, I still like the Blades. I mean, I go back and look at people still using it, and I still like the Blades. Yeah. I still. That to me, peak Xbox was 360. After that, it was just like yeah. Oh well, que sera. All right, let me go ahead and go through. So let me, as we went through over half of the state of play, I just want to touch base with everybody who was here. I know, Loke, we talked about you. You said that I guess Metal Gear Solid 4 was your game of show, right? What about you,
Yeah.
Cozy?
I think there wasn't really anything.
Nothing that
real.
stood out for you.
That I
What about
saw
Neva?
that I
Neva
didn't see
not
already.
struck anything, or what was that girl? That little mouse game made by Yacht Club Games, Mina.
As pretty as the first one was, it was like I didn't love it. It's very pretty. It's one of the most artistic games you'll ever see. But I didn't like it like as much as I liked like Gree, for example.
Right. Yeah. But
I
that
guess,
was like,
like-
we were looking at those games, and I said, well, if anyone has any take on this, it will probably be Cozy, and obviously you weren't on stream at that time. But there was that.
I
Yacht
think
Club game.
Saros is the only game that I've seen that I'm like have any interest in. But
Okay, nothing from
they've
Yacht
done
Club. You didn't like
recently,
that Mina game that looked like Minish Cap.
I'm not a huge like. I mean, I like Minish Cap, but I don't need another game like it.
Okay, cool.
That's the problem. You're not gonna like. It's not like my favorite genre of a game. Then it's like, oh, that's just another game. I like that one, but I don't want more.
Oh, okay.
I like Lamp.
I like
What?
Ramp too. Yeah. What about you,
I
KY?
like
Anything on the
Turtles.
showcase that or sort of state of play that made you perk up?
Shit.
KY.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm running from a bear.
Okay, so
Okay.
now that you're safe for work,
Um,
anything on the state of play
um,
that sort of struck your fancy?
Well, there was a lot of stuff. I just let's see. Trying to think of anything specific.
What about the Fearless? Oh no, Windless, the cock of war.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love that. I mean, I
Oh,
was
Robo Windless. That looked cool.
dude, I was in the middle. We were doing our XPN live stream reaction to it, and out of nowhere, Bob goes, "That's a fucking chicken! It's a chicken!"
You should have said that's a one big ass cock.
Chicken boo. You don't act like the other chickens do.
Well, we find, as I said, as I've famously gone on record to say, if he doesn't have a finishing move called 11 Herbs and Spices, I think it's a loss. Okay, I'm just putting it out there.
I thought it was 23.
I thought it was 11 Herbs and Spices, isn't it? It's the KFC.
It's 11. It's 11.
There you go.
23 is Dr. Pepper.
23 is Dr. Pepper.
Dr.
yeah.
Pepper.
Think about it. There will be like a cut scene. He'll go all Super Saiyan Goku. It'll be called 11 Herbs and Spices. It's kind of like Knights of the Round in Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. All right. Okay, so anybody else have anything to say about the showcase before we close out our show for tonight? Anything?
No,
anybody
just
have any-
overall, it was a really good state of play, like the best one in recent memory, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it was half the show was Konami.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that.
and as I said famously, like Konami was one of those kids that normally fails your test, and then they all of a sudden make a C-. You're like, shit, that's pretty darn good. So Konami showing up in any form was good. The fact that they showed up with Metal Gear Solid, what was it, Silent Hill F and Castlevania, that was pretty darn good on their part for my part. As long as it's not pachinko, I'm good. So there you go. What about anybody have anything to go with 007 or what was that other game? The John Wick
You
game.
know I'm day one 007. And
Yeah,
I'm probably
but
gonna
you-
be game one for John Wick.
You're
so
day negative one. You already pre-ordered the bitch. Day
there is
one.
that. And I will be trying to get a code for that one too. Yeah.
Oh shit! You've already played the goddamn game. Why the fuck are you lying to us? When you played Forza 6, they also they let you demo that game too, right? That's what you were telling me off here. Oh shit! We're just fucking with you. We all know you're an insider. You just keep your cards close to your chest. That's all.
He's got a Mission Impossible mask on. He's actually Phil Spencer.
Yeah, that's
Oh
it.
no.
Yeah.
Where's your goddamn shelf, man? There you go.
That would give it away. That would give it
We
away.
gotta
though,
pull
so.
off his mask like a fucking Scooby-Doo villain. Old man Peabody.
never thought it was going to be him.
Too. And I would have gotten away with it too, but for you and that stupid dog. Yeah.
You meddling
Away
kids
from
and
it,
your dog.
It was mostly kids. You know? Oh shit! What about anybody have anything to say about anybody here have anything to finally close up on with the
How
John
many
Wick?
times are going to ask this question?
All right, let's go ahead and close out. Let's go to the man to my right. Let's go ahead and call it a night for everybody.
I want to go first.
Okay,
I want to
go
go
ahead.
first. It's 5 a.m.
Okay,
It's
go ahead.
5
Go
a.m.
ahead. Go ahead, Luke. Since it is 5 a.m., you get carte blanche. Go ahead.
All right, I'll be quick. The showcase was mid, in my opinion.
Yeah, as you sign out, tell us what your overall rating is for the showcase.
In terms of motivations to power on a PlayStation 5, I didn't see nothing. But in general, if you're just a gamer, it was an awesome showcase. But if you're talking about, oh, you don't have a PS5, should I get a PS5? Not many motivating factors. So mixed bag. As for me, I'm a very happy man. I can't wait for Metal Gear Solid 4.
You know, I
See
would
y'all
agree with that
next
opinion.
Friday.
I don't think there was any game in the showcase that would say, okay, I got to get a PlayStation 5. It's just a showcase that made me happy that I have a PlayStation 5. It's more like,
There you go.
That makes sense.
There you go.
All right.
All right, y'all. Cheers.
All right. Cozy, what about
Cheers,
you?
buddy.
Tell us where we can find you, darling.
You can find me here, and you can find me on bull sitting. That is normally at 8 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern
Friday
on
night.
today.
Oh, today? Oh,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah,
'cause
Saturday.
It's Saturday, Wise.
That was Friday.
It's Saturday.
Okay.
It is definitely Saturday. But anyway, you can find me there, and you can also find me wherever you find Cozy Belugas. And as far as the showcase goes, I thought it was an excellent showing of games. Just not a lot that interests me personally.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay, Fabio. Your overall rating and tell us where we can find you, sir.
I can definitely give to this one specifically an 8 out of 10 because not only we saw more, like there were more third-party titles that had me interested, but at the same time, I also was really glad to see that Sony wasn't afraid to show their projects because we were always like every time just seeing the same thing over and over from them. So I'm really glad that they decided to show even their smaller titles, like this 2D God of War game, even though it is like, okay, that's not the reason you bought a PlayStation 4 Pro for, but still,
Right, bro.
it's a game. So like it should be fun. I think it's really nice. But yeah, overall, an 8 out of 10.
Okay, cool beans. Okay.
And you can you can find me not just here on the games on the Wize with Vice podcast. You can find me also on the Games Set Life podcast with Mr. KY Bob, Mr. Cerebral Paul, and John TJ. You can find me as well on the XPN Network YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter as FBL Marine 97 and as well as on Xbox.
Cool beans.
Woo woo.
All right, Cerebral, tell us where we can find you, sir.
So much.
And your
You can
overall
find
rating
me-
for the show.
You can find me at Cerebral Paul 1 on Twitter and Cerebral Paul on Twitch and YouTube. And I'm also an editor for lordsofgaming.net. I have an article coming out discussing the accessibility of a game I recently played, and it's not a nice article at all. It's an honest article. In fact, we're discussing whether I get to name the game or not in the article, because I don't want to burn any bridges for the publication, as they say, But I do want to let them know that I have issues. I want to let developers in general know that these are things that should be done better. Anyway, and then you can find me here, of course, every Friday with Wize and every Wednesday with KY Bob and the crew for Game Set Live. And let's see. So overall, I give it an 8.5. A lot of the games I'm mostly hyped for, the games I was already hyped for, James Bond. It was nice to see the John Wick thing, but who knows, how we really don't know anything about that game. But what we saw, okay, that looks like it could be fun. If it's just a beat 'em up, that's okay too. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's a fun beat 'em up like Batman Arkham Asylum and shit like that. So yeah, those are probably the two big titles for me. I will say that we didn't talk about it, but they really didn't give us a lot of exact dates. A lot of 2026, 2027, and a few with no date at all.
Well, this is the thing. I think that they're announcing all this shit, and this is what they got in the first half of the year because everyone is waiting for October, November, like wanting to know when that motherfucker is gonna drop.
Right, and I think when this happened, remember, there's a reason Xbox stopped doing this kind of vague stuff because I can guarantee you, if we keep this list and we track it, some of these games are never going to make an appearance.
Yeah,
they're going to just fade away into memory and turn into vaporware. It's just going to be a matter of which ones.
I mean, I feel that Crimson Moon looks like one of them. I don't know if it has any. I mean, it looks good, but it just. I mean, it is what it is. So. Yeah,
it is what it is. So yeah, because I have a list, and so I'm going to be keeping track. So
you checking your list
twice. There's Santa Claus.
Damn straight.
He's got the white beard.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to grow it out for Christmas.
That's right.
How is Miss Claus these days, and how is those little kids here?
In case anybody wants, those are elves. and if they tell you otherwise, they're lying. Yeah.
So funny.
If you really want to think about it, what is really the difference between Epstein and Santa Claus? They both have an island. They both. Just thinking.
Yeah. I don't know. Is the North Pole considered an island?
Well, there's blank water there, so that little piece there. I don't know. And he's got little kids up there too, so they're making makes toys. So
you leave that man in his sweatshop alone.
Yeah, thanks to him, some kids can only get toys through him. So there you go. If it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be able to afford shit. There you go. All right. Let me go next to Nova. Tell us where we can find you, sir, and tell us your overall rating for the game for the show.
Overall, it's like I said, 7. There are only a couple games that I hadn't heard about or didn't know about that I'm like, okay, that looks cool. Like obviously I didn't know whether they're making a Kenna 2. So that's day one for me. Project Windless, I think looks like a lot of fun. Interested in that. John Wick, like Super Bowl was saying, could be cool. Got to see how that goes. Other than that, everything else is either something I'm not quite interested in or something we've already seen before. Your Sorrows, 007, fucking Metal Gear Solid, sorry, Low collections I don't give a shit about. And then as cool as the God of War pop at the end was, again, it's like early development. Don't know what it is. Don't know we're gonna get it. But
you're not gonna get into the PS6. You're not gonna get the first remake until 6. I guarantee you.
I'm excited for whatever the prospect of it is. Just hope we can see eventually soon what it is. I don't think we're gonna see any news for quite a while. So I mean, taking that into like, oh wow, yeah, but without any information or seeing anything, how excited can you really get? So like I said, 7. But yeah, overall, it was one of the better ones, I think. I do think that they talk a lot. They could have easily compacted a lot. Like I said, you get these Japanese developers that they show the thing, then talk about the thing they just showed. It's like we got everything from the trailer you just showed us. You don't need to tell us about it. Could have come back to probably like 45 minutes, but it was okay. You can find me YouTube Supernova Gaming and X at Yo It's Nova, and then here every Friday at 6:30 Eastern for Wasted with Wize.
Cool beans. Thank you. All right, and let's go to my next panelist. Let's see. We got Fabio. We got Nova done. We I'll do KY last. Cerebral. We got Loken, and I think we got everybody. Besides KY. All right, KY, my man, tell us where we can find you, sir.
This is Kai Bob. You can catch me
Kai Bob
everywhere. Yeah, Kai Bob. That's my new name, Kai Bob. I combined the two. I haven't figured out how to fix it on here though, but on social media and everything, I've changed it to all capital letters, no space, KYBOB. So Kai Bob. This is Kai Bob. It kind of sounds kind of redneck. I like it.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I bring the icky for his sticky, and every Friday. Yeah, I know. And every Wednesday night, I am trying to wrestle my band of misfits on Game Set Live. Happy to bring Paul on board as a permanent panelist. So I feel complete now.
You complete me?
I complete you. Is that
Well, you know you had him at hello.
This is true.
Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Xbox, Steam,
Pornhub.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked by this fucking spider right here. Yeah. And as I say at the end of every show, yeah, gamers, get outside, touch some grass, hug somebody you love, and keep gaming on though, because you need to watch your sanity. There we go.
Yeah, the world's in a fucked up place, so the more you can game, the better off you are, I guess, these days. All right, so let me go ahead and finish up the podcast. So yeah, my name as always is the Wise Old Gamer, the man who brings...
You bastard!
The man who brings the fun and dysfunctional, or when KY is around, the man who brings the icky and sticky. There you go. So yeah, you can catch me here and this motley cast of characters every Friday here at 6:30 p.m. I know it's not a Friday, it is a Saturday, but guess what? You know, she's leaking. So can we. So yeah, that was Friday for me. So
shake it like a salt shaker, shake it like a salt shaker.
Exactly. Yeah,
big booty on duty, no time to wait.
It's. You can catch me. You can catch us here every Friday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Catch me, Wise Old Gamer with a Z, on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, X, whatever. And yeah, that is our show for tonight. We will be here again 6:30 p.m. Next Friday, unless another wall decides to start leaking again, in which case we'll be here on a Saturday. But yeah, for our purposes and for my sanity's sake, let's assume we're going to be here on Friday because there's no walls going to be leaking anymore. So there you go. So yeah. Anyway, so that is our show for tonight. And as I say before I sign out, every Friday evening, and in this case Saturday, you can be anywhere, but you've not been anywhere till you first been wasted with Wize. Have a great one, guys. We will see you next Friday, and peace out.
But only the client, I'm the player president. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know.